Victor, what's up?
No.
Starting soon, but not anymore. Is the medical lab cool? Is it good?
Coolish.
Okay. Okay. Medical lab, medical lab, medical lab. I have to warp. Yeah, I couldn't find the 2000... this version of Unity 0.12 in the Unity Hub for some reason. I had to manually download it with a download link. I don't know why. It wasn't there. Only 11 was there. Alright, I'm gonna check this dungeon. We'll see how it goes. What should I know about?
I pretty much pushed like a fix to one of the Morgrooms that had like disabled walls.
What?
And
What'd you say?
updated, I pushed a fix to
When?
one of the Morgrooms like 2 minutes ago.
No, I don't have that then.
But if you see like a broken Morgroom, that's why.
What's broken about it?
Oh, the walls were disabled.
Oh. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see what it looks like. Is this even the medical lab? Is this? It might not be. This could literally be the waste recycler. The waste station. But this one is too. It has an extruder situation. I have to warp now until I get one. It's a 50% spawn chance, so it shouldn't take that long. Let's see what am I looking for. Because of daylight savings time, we might have a different different crowd in here today.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Well, let's see. I don't know, that might be one.
Are you drinking the sewage water?
I'm drinking the sewage water so that the waste station is more thematic that way. It feels like I'm in the waste station. Alright, this should be the room right here. This is it. Alright, we'll do the sound effects, we'll do the music, and then we'll see. And now, first thing I'm going to see, can I walk through the front door? Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Dragon, watch the dragon. So far, so good. Alright, what do we got here? What's this bozo want? By the way, if anyone's playing on the developer branch, there's some new medical lab stuff, but not all of this new medical lab stuff, because Victor just uploaded this like an hour ago. 2 hours ago, something like that. I saw you mess around with the add-on. You added an add-on door. Did you actually make any add-on rooms?
Yeah.
This wall paint's probably bad, possibly. This paint, I mean, this paint here is possibly supposed to be, not, whatever, dark external.
I think that's specifically where the add-on connector is.
Oh. Oh. I see. I see.
Something with like the order of how
Come here, zombie!
it's placed.
Maybe. Punch. 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 Oh. That guy died. I really wasn't paying attention to this health, to be honest with you. This guy's an average Joe, so he's got no other perks, so he's going to be fine. Here we go.
Zombie guy at the same time.
Yeah, I think they killed each other. So it's pretty beautiful that way. In that way, that's a real beautiful. What is the nutrition break heal? Like 3 or something? 3 or something. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And away we go. And away we go. I can't stream super long today because I have plans with my brother today.
Alright.
After this. DST. I want to find out if daylight savings time is actually not a thing anymore in the United States. Let's see.
I should Google it and it said like the Senate had passed something.
It said that the Senate had passed something?
Yeah.
Was that...
I didn't click the article.
I don't know any details. You probably don't know any more than I would know. Like, is that all that's required? Is it a federal thing? Is it... Because Arizona doesn't do it. So, like, you don't have to, I guess. They just all choose to. I think. I mean, you don't have to do daylight savings time. You could just show up to work at your regular time.
Yeah. Wait, what?
You don't have to do daylight savings time. You could just show up to work at your regular time, you know? You could just pretend it doesn't happen. Like, everyone could just pretend it doesn't happen. Should auto build? No, but I want to ignore draft morale requirement. Like, who cares if they fire you? They can't fire you for showing up on time. Morale must be positive. Get the hell out of here. Didn't I turn that on? Maybe I didn't. Maximize? Required objects? Ignore draft morale requirement. I can see it right there. But it could be some other reason. You little son of a gun. Well, I'll find some mental stabilizers and I'll feed them to him. These zombies are kind of rough, huh? If you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
What do we got here? Morale -3. Blah, 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 blah. Upset. I'm upset. Recipe cache, though. There we go. I can draft this bozo now. I'm going to take this egg, too, so I can eat it later. In case oh, there's a medkit. There's a medkit in there. In the toilet. I put medkits in toilets, man.
There's like medkits everywhere.
In a toilet?
Like even in the fridge.
In the fridge? Who's doing that?
In the oven.
Looks like a baked medkit, you know?
Yeah. Easy bake medkit.
You should make like cookies and things like that, like for healing purposes, you know?
Yeah.
An easy bake medkit, some sort of biscuit or something. Explore this floor, dude. What is this? Some new object you've made? It's not clickable. That's sad. I wish it was. I want to play with it.
Yeah.
But I want to play with it, you know? Like, I feel like the player wants to as well. Because I'm like, what is that? That was my first time. I'm like, what is that? It looks cool. I always want to know more about it. Like, what is that? I was excited. But then you can't click on it. It's kind of like, oh, that's too bad.
Also, the light being
This loot container, I think, is not using the same stuff that the other loot containers use because it hasn't despawned. And it has no items.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do you remember what you copied and pasted?
Shelves. No, I disabled it because it's more of like a shelf.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Okay. No problem.
Because when I design the rooms, like
Yes.
I put them so that they look interesting. And if,
Yeah, no problemo.
if there's nothing there, it just looks boring. So. And because you can also see that there's no loot on top of it. So
Oh, I see. It spawns on top. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have any. There's another egg in this toilet. A lot of eggs. There's a lot of stuff everywhere. John Dixon. This heals 5 health. So if he takes one more. Oh, what happened? Oh.
You think
my
someone
gosh.
ate the medkit and they couldn't digest it? They just pooped it out.
Probably, yeah. That's probably what happened. It could have been like a slime or something also. It could have been looking for bio waste or something like that and attacked it. Did I watch this video this morning of the Halo 3 like testing? Like it was like a 10-minute sort of video documentary type situation on the testing procedures in Halo 3. I thought it was very interesting. You know?
Yeah.
It was only 10 minutes. It wasn't for like developers. It was for players and stuff. But I thought it was fun. Because they're like testing. I'm like, yeah, screw testing, man. Okay, I'm about to eat this egg. So I'm gonna eat this egg. I should have eaten the medkit. Whatever. And then I have another egg. This guy has been infected, by the way, with the zombie disease. What is that? Oh, an antiviral. I mean, I guess I'll just take the antiviral while I'm here.
The antivirus should also cure the zombie disease.
I think that's a good idea.
Because some of this is so common.
Antivirals should cure zombie and cuddler and slime infections.
Should the immune boosters also boost?
I'm not sure how much. I don't. I think the degree to which that matters is not that as high, but it could. It could. Like if it does or doesn't, it's like not as big of a deal. I'm just gonna eat it. I'm just gonna eat this other egg. I have another egg that I don't need. Let's munch on it. Okay, what does the antiviral strong do? Health 1. Well, that's just unacceptable right now, dude. 1? No, it's not doing that. Antiviral strong. Healing? Get the hell out of here. Cure? Edible? That's edible. It's edible, right? Let's do like if medkits do 10, I feel like it's fine if it does 10, right? Is that fine? I don't know. It's not really. It's not intended for healing, but it just seems to me like okay, well, if it does everything a medkit does and also a little bit better, I think that's kind of interesting. Maybe it's not. I don't know. What is space rock? Item space rock. I'm just gonna take the space rock thing and make it remove perk remover. I'm not quite sure what to do here. I feel like I should make a prefab variant for the perks that space rock removes and name it something like, you know, edible disease remover, reusable or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Something like that. I hate naming things. It's so hard. I'll drag it out. Item. It's like, but where do you put it, you know? I mean, it's not an item object agent. It's just items, I guess. Edible disease remover, reusable. Okay. Antiviral. Antiviral. Save. Items. Items. Edible disease remover. And then I also need anti-weak. Antiviral weak. 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 Oh, gosh. Oh. I bought the new Call of Duty like 1 hour ago and played like 2 matches, which was a mistake because now I just want to play more Call of Duty, you know? I woke up and I started playing some Overwatch and it was just so fast paced. And I was like, I'm too tired for this. I was still doing good. I was still doing work as Roadhog. I had a really good. I was cleaning up, but I was like, this is just too much right now. Like, I just want to just relax a little bit. And you know how games these days, they always have skill-based matchmaking. So you can never really coast. You're always pushed to like your limits.
Yeah.
Whatever your limits are. However hard you want to play, that's how hard you get to play. Like, but it's sort of like sometimes, you know, it's like, ugh. Overwatch, I think, I actually like Overwatch's matchmaking a lot. If you compare it to like Call of Duty's matchmaking, I think Overwatch's is pretty balanced.
I mean, it probably spends a lot of time making sure it was, because it's more like aimed towards casual.
Yeah. It's just, man, because of the team, the heavy team reliance of Overwatch, you know, if you're not playing great, it's not unreasonable for you to like throw a team fight or something. It's like it could happen. It's like, oh no. Yeah. But I don't know. But I think that now that they moved to 5v5 over 6v6, it's nice because I think people can carry a lot more. And I feel like I'm contributing a lot more as an individual to the team because there's one less tank. And I think that makes it interesting too. Like if you can kill the tank, that's huge because they only have one tank. If you can kill the DPS, it's still nice and stuff. But I don't know. There's just some interesting things. Also, the tank role is much more fun now because there's only one tank, and so the tanks are a lot beefier and buffier than they're a lot stronger than they used to be. So tank is basically just a better DPS, not a better DPS, just a DPS that's harder to kill. Yeah, which is nice. Edible disease remover reusable. Okay, antivirals should remove that stuff. Let me actually go back to the antiviral, and I'm going to write in the description that it also cures zombie, cuddler, and slime infections. Antiviral strong. I really like this changes to the strength skill. In theory, I haven't really play tested them, but in theory, I like it. So what I've done is I reduced the hit chance of melee from like 50% to 20%.
Yeah.
And every skill strength level increases that by like 5%, capping at 90%.
All right.
So at level 1 or level 0 strength, you're missing most shots, but then pretty quickly you're going to start to hit a majority of your shots and then do increasing damage. So I think that's sort of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, under expanded, I'm not really sure how it works. Shut up. Okay. Also cures this, also cures that. There we go. Give me a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Grammy participated in fight school for the first time yesterday. I was very happy.
No.
He was very shy.
Yeah.
I don't know how to show it. There's no way I can really show the video, but he's a cutie. Maybe I can send. Let me see if I can do this. As a proud dad, if I can be like, yo, this is like his like 4th or 5th class. So he finally, did it.
Yeah.
So this little boy. He's got a cute little gi and stuff, but they're doing like running backwards. So the coach is like, "Don't go, Toast, I go." And then he'd say other things like yogurt or whatever, And then if they went, he'd be like, "Don't go." They'd run backwards. He would just say, he'd say, "Don't go until I say go," And then he would say other words like that weren't go, such as whatever, stop sign or something, whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't say go. You gotta listen. Remember? And he'd be like, remember, listen. And then like kids go, listen. It's really nice. He's a really good coach. And then Grammy would be like, listen. Listen. Oh, I got so teary. I was so excited. I was so, so happy because he was listening. He was sitting. Every time he'd sit, he'd say crisscross, Like the coach wouldn't say it, but he would eventually say, okay, crisscross. And then I had to keep, because if you've never sat cross-legged before, like a pretzel, because it's not a natural position. I don't think it's a natural sitting position for a person. Maybe it is, but I think he's got to kind of learn it. And so I had to like move his feet for him a little bit, and then he started moving his own feet for him. He's like, I know I got to do it somehow. He's like, where do I put my foot again? So it's hard to remember. Like that's where he's at. Is like he's at the stage where he's like, how do you even sit? How do you do this cross-legged sit again? What is this? Because this is new to him. He's never done it before. So he just is. I would imagine if I was a kid, I would just think, oh, this by the way was not an exciting dungeon that got generated. Unfortunately, it's just the way it worked out. It was all like rooms that like it was just like doctor's office rooms and stuff. I don't know why it was so many. Look how many doctor offices we got. It's like all doctor offices. 1, 2, 3 doctor offices.
Yeah.
4 doctor offices actually. 1, 2, 3. There's more than 4. There's so many rooms, but it's just this one was just some sort of station that just had a lot. And they had expansion plans, I see, but they got interrupted. Probably because people kept putting med kits in the toilet. They were overflowing. God, I want sewage back up so bad. and stuff like that. That would be fun, I think. Oh, I love the Dr. Cat poster. That's so cute. I love him so much because he makes me think like and all it shakes is his mustache, I'm about to sneeze hard. I didn't mute my mic in time. Oh god. This poor dungeon. Okay, well. Alright, Jonathan Dixon, we're leaving your brother behind. Who has are you infected with it's just the zombie disease, that's okay. And away we go. Should we spawn cuddlers here? I only ask because there's a lot of eggs and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I think like in that one the Xeno Harvester room. Would be interesting to have colors.
Yep. I ate mozzarella sticks for breakfast, and I think it was a mistake. I got too old, man. Like, my stomach's kind of upset now. It's just cheese, man. And pizza. And I had pizza sauce, of course, too. And just breading. Oh, you know what I made for dinner last night? You can't guess, so I'm not even going to let you. Is grilled turkey and cheese. I had some turkey from Costco. It was pretty good. Violet was a fan. Graham was sleeping in the truck. I went to McDonald's with him after fight school. Because he participated in fight school. And I told him, hey, man, no problem. And I let him play Grand Theft Auto yesterday and stuff. Dude, he gets so into GTA. It's sort of cute.
Yeah.
He's got pretty good aim too. What's that?
Young for that. Isn't he a bit too young for that?
I don't know, man. It's like, because to him it's just a racing game, you know. It's like a driving game. It's not really like.
Oh, okay.
He just leans forward and stuff. He's not doing the missions and killing people.
Yeah.
He's just getting in cars and driving around, you know. Like that's all he's doing. It's like a life simulator, sort of. Like, you don't have to do all the other stuff. He doesn't know about all that other stuff, really.
I mean, what happens when you run someone over, though?
He tries not to.
Yeah.
He unless they're cops. I think he loves running from the cops. But that's because it's fun. Like, he's like, oh, the cops will get you. Oh, they'll get you if you stop moving. You know, like that sort of stuff. He likes to, he knows where the parking garage is. In Vice, I mean, he's got to play 3. I got to install GTA 3 for him. I don't think he's ever played that one. He knows, like, the parking garage is where he can do jumps. Like, he'll, like, drive cars up there and just, like, go off this ramp and flip them over and try to blow them up and stuff. Yeah. He knows, like, where fire trucks spawn. He knows if you die, you can get an ambulance really easily, you know?
Yeah.
Which is all fun for him. So just all the stuff, like as a kid, you never get to do things like drive cars. So I'd imagine that I can see the way he plays Grand Theft Auto is the way I used to play games when I was a kid. Also, he's pretty good at Perfect Dark, too. Except in Perfect Dark, he goes around and just kills everybody. He doesn't, he doesn't try to kill the good guys. It's just that if he gets bored, he will. And also, like, he, like, shoots at all the robots and, like, anything that's there. It's like, what is that? And he shoots at it.
Yeah.
I want to get him GoldenEye. You know? Give him some OG GoldenEye.
Yeah.
He's a big fan of Mario Kart, too. He can get, like, first place, like, every time. But that's at 50cc, not that impressive, you know? Just kidding. He's 4, you know, it's fine. Fine. That still impresses me. Like, he'll win, like, the circuit with 60 points, which is the max. That means he got first place every time. 15 times 4 is 60. I'm like, oh, good job, buddy. He's like, Mario won. Mario always wins. And he's Mario, you know?
Is he always Mario?
Almost always, yeah. He likes being Mario. Sometimes he'll be like Yoshi. Oh! I misclicked on the railing and this guy almost died, dude. I think Space Rock, man. Go inside. He's puking. He just vomited. Alright, well. Why? Because he's infected with the zombie disease. That's why.
Oh.
There's a worm in here. Oh, with cuddlers, I could spawn them as a random entity, just the same way worms are spawned, by the way.
Yeah.
Possibly. So, like, just spawn like 1 or 2, maybe.
I mean, imagine in the Xeno Harvester room if there were, like, eggs, and if a colonist got close, they would hatch. Or there would be, like, a small chance.
Oh my god, why'd he stop fighting? Oh, because the other guy took his aggro. Oh my god, he's getting wailed on right now. Eat an egg. Eat an omelet, buddy. Punch. For Christmas, we could make eggnog out of the mysterious egg. That'd be fun. Stop! He keeps getting aggro from this freaking zombie. Oh my god. Okay, kill this zombie then. Is this a zombie you want to kill, buddy? Kill this guy, huh? Oh my god, he can't stop. Okay, so I need to adjust this in the fight component. It's the fight response component, I do believe. Why won't this play? Into the code. Is my stream deck not working right now? Huh. That's weird. Let me fix my stream deck so I can go into the code. Stream. Deck. 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 Am I blind? Stream. Deck. Launching. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, what I say it was is like the fight responder or something component. There's a thing somewhere every time an entity gets attacked, let's just start responding, they'll attack that thing back.
Uh, should that still happen with when they're drafted?
No. It should not happen when they're drafted. Okay, well, there should be something like... Well, actually, when they're drafted, I'm really not sure, to be honest with you. I really don't know, you know?
I mean,
I think if they're currently
like
in
fallback,
combat,
right?
they shouldn't do it. But, like, imagine if you had a
Yeah.
drafted dude just standing there, and then like, a zombie just wails on him and he kills him. Like, well, that, I don't think that would be fun, right? Like, that seems sort of annoying, I would think. So I think it's
So
like
as
if
a
they're in
fallback,
combat, they shouldn't do
Yeah.
it. But if they're not in
Yeah.
I think a tough thing with being in combat is that a colonist can be in combat if they have a target that's far away from them, but they're just chasing them. So like they could be like several rooms away, and if there's a zombie closer, they could just keep attacking. But I think that's sort of whatever. It's fine. I don't care. Where is it? Is it like a fight component or something? There's got to be some way I could query to see.
But if they're drafted and they're standing somewhere and a zombie is nearby, would they
No,
go towards the zombie and attack?
no. Unless there's like an, if it is, it's unintended. Like maybe with their aggression sign, they see it, but that's unintended if it's the case.
Yeah.
On query combat, I don't know. If is in combat, this dot agent equals false. Oh, I see what has happened here. Okay. We should always respond. Do. Like that. Like that. Unless we're already in combat. That should be fixed now. Then, okay. Okay. Now, in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the guy and move him on the far side of the zombie so that both zombies are on the same side of him. Also, man, sometimes, dude, like, green screens are cool. I don't really appreciate them enough, you know, once you get used to them. They're kind of cool. It's kind of, and the technology is so good. I remember back in the day, the green screen technology was crappy. But now, for not even that much money, anybody can have a green screen. Like, I don't have a professional setup, you know? But my green screen's pretty good. And I didn't like... I guarantee you that if I knew about, like, lights and stuff like that, that it would be better. That I could, like, make it even better than it is now. So with basically no effort, you can have a green screen.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about green screens, though, for streamers, compared to just being in the world with you. I don't know. But I feel like Dr. Disrespect, it's different with this. Cause, are you fucking me right now? Okay, do you know what happened in this new Unity version, Victor, that I forgot about? Is they removed recompile after blah, 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 blah. So this thing just recompiled on me. So I lost it, first of all, which kind of sucks. But you have to change it now to, like, asset auto refresh. Here's what it is. Auto refresh has to get changed to enabled outside play mode. They changed it. Very, very annoying. So it just recompiled on me. And I lost all my chain. I lost that game. That guy's gone forever. So
Yeah.
I don't care about him anyway. I don't even remember his name. What was it? Lance or something? I don't even care.
Was it Dixon?
God, it might have been Dixon. Dixon! Dixon! He's gone, so. You know, it'd be amazing if we could somehow have a system where the colonists that you find in space are taken from other people's games somehow. Like, so they have their names, their skills, whatever, what have you. That could be really interesting. Now, I wouldn't do it because it's not worth the effort, that sort of thing. So, my Unity just crashed, dude. Is this why Unity... Also, when I was building the game yesterday, it crashed the first time I tried to build on the new Unity version. So I wonder if there's a bug or something. And perhaps that's why it was removed from the Unity hub. And this literally happened before to us, that we downloaded a Unity version and then, like, it wasn't available. I was like, okay, thanks. So I wonder if that is the case. I very much doubt that I did something to just crash the game. I'm guessing it's most likely that Unity has changed. Like, his Unity just crashed.
Your Unity hub always had the issue where you can't see like the same version that I can see.
You can't. What do you see on your Unity hub?
21.3.
What's the
12.
last one? 12? Yeah, mine is 12 as well, but on the other computer it's 13. It's the same account, just different computer. Maybe the preferences are different, but I think that they might have removed 13. I don't know if they did or not, but that has happened before. I googled what happened. They're like, yeah, we had to roll it back.
Wait, but you installed 12, right?
No, I installed 13.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
because I installed 12.
Oh, my bad. I'm on 12 right now. But
Okay.
on my Unity hub, all they had was a
Oh.
Okay, so I just got the numbers mixed up. But on my Unity hub, all they had, yeah, Zeta, because of daylight savings time. That's why I started early. Because for me, it's not daylight savings time yet. But for Europe, it is.
Yeah.
And my daylight savings time is on Sunday. There's a new build, by the way, Zeta. But with not all the Medilab stuff, unfortunately, which is so sad. I added C4, by the way, which is actually pretty cool. Didn't that C4 GIF look sweet as shit, dude? Looks so cool.
Yeah.
I'll show C4 real quick because it's really fun. It wasn't 30 minutes of action, so I wouldn't worry too much data. It was just 30 minutes of something. What's this? Alright, we'll check out the C4 action, dude. I love it. I love it. Okay. I'm gonna go right click here. Well, you know what I thought about, Victor? What if there's an option in the item menu for I'll make a conceit in a second. For spawning items in a cheat way. And I was thinking, what if you implemented in the item filter on the HUD thing? And maybe it's the type of thing where like if you right click it, it'll spawn one of those items at your access hatch or something. And you could just spawn it a bunch of times. I was thinking of an easy way to implement a cheat where the user can spawn any items in the game that they want.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was thinking maybe something like that, where it's like, okay, there's an option and it says like, right click spawns items or something, something like that. And then you can just go in and then, because you already have all the items if you want, and you could just real quick just spawn them, and it's great for the players, it's great for everybody.
Yeah.
But again, I don't know. If you if you click the middle mouse button, you can click buttons. I didn't know that. Okay. Cuddler Venom Sack, raw, poison 2, extra spicy. That's what it says, extra spicy. Alright, let's do some C4 action, though. Okay. So do it in a couple ways. So, should auto build? Yes. Let's also ignore... Let's also unlock everything, and let's also ignore construction skill, and just kind of do some of those type of things. Because we're just going to spawn some C4 real quick, and then we'll get back to your regularly scheduled programming after that. I needed something. I literally can't. Oh, I need the C4. Oh, adoy. I was like, what am I doing? Okay. Debug item creator. All data. Add item. C4. I think that there's somehow a joke about how C4 and C3PO, like C3PO was like the version before C4 or something like that, but I don't know what the joke is, I just keep thinking about C3. Ever since I thought that, every time I say C4, I just think of C3PO's little yellow face. What is it like? I'm C3PO, human cyborg relations. Something like that. Let's put a couple doors in here just to demonstrate proof of concept. And also, let's put a couple chairs because I think that's fun. And also, go over here. I don't know why I just told him I should just have him pick it up. Pick up C4. Here's my C4. Run after arming. It does 30 damage if you eat it. But it doesn't blow you up. It doesn't blow up if you eat it.
Oh, no. Even if it's armed?
Oh, if it's armed. Well, actually, if it's armed and you eat it, I don't think it'll blow up because I think the item will get removed before it blows up. I guess I don't really know. I haven't tried that. I never tried that edge case. I don't know. I don't know what'll happen. If it's in your inventory when it's armed, it'll still blow up though. So if, for example, I plant it here, and then I spawn a bunch of zombies, like so. Okay. And also, let's get some lights in here, just because it's kind of dark and hard to see. Yo, you watching House of Dragons?
Wait, is that the Game of Thrones?
Yep. House of the Dragon. Which is kind of a dumb name, I think, but what do I know? I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare. Oh, this music is too loud in my head. Alright. Come here, and bada boop. 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 Whatever. Okay. Alright, are you ready, Freddy?
Yes.
No, arm it. Don't. Oh my god, what happened? It's suffocating. Lungs were damaged. Well, what happened? It was like she died, maybe just because of zombies or something? She like died so fast. Alright, we'll fix this again. Alright, you picked it up. Don't go that way. Plant the C4 instead, please. What just happened? What happened? Oh, I see. Okay. He planted it on top of the other one so I couldn't see it. That's what happened. Then kill everyone. It didn't hit this door though. I was like, what happened here? Alright, here's this. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Pick up this guy, draft this guy. I'm gonna come over here. C4, pick up. You'll suffocate, take 1 damage. It's no problem. Don't worry about it too much. What is here? Is there any dungeons? Yes, there is. Okay. Okay. She dead, dude. Alright, so check out this toilet. What if you're like, boy, I want to get out of here, but I can't, and I'm trapped. What's that? An expansion slot? An expansion permit, rather? Okay, there's the C4, but check this out. You can make them... This is my favorite thing to do. Is you pick them up. Are you aware of the practice in World War II in which Japanese pilots would just fly into ships directly, called kamikaze? Are you aware of the practice during the war in Afghanistan in which people would strap bombs to themselves and just kind of stop at security checkpoints? Well, you can do that now. Check this out. Just pretend that this is like a child, because that's what would happen in real life. Pretend it was a freaking when they would do it. Boom! And then they just blow up and die. And look what you got there, 50. And everything's... Now you can just get out. Now you're like, okay, cool. I can just get out of here. No problem.
It's so dark, dude.
No problem. Boom, boom. Suicide bomber. Now, if they eat it, it doesn't blow up yet. But do you think it should? I mean, probably. That'd be kind of funny. The thing is, though, but if you were to feed it... If you were to force feed the C4 to like a slime monster and it blows up, it would kill the person who force fed the slime, that thing, you know? Unless you can run away. Unless it arms it. I guess it could arm it and blow up later, maybe.
Wouldn't you have to arm it and then feed it?
Oh, I just figured you could just be... I thought it'd be better if you just feed it directly. So you can. Because the arming's like this extra step that's like would be very hard during combat. Because you'd have to... arm it on the ground, then pick it up, and then eat it. So I thought it'd be kind of difficult to do that.
Yeah, unless you could like arm it directly in the inventory somehow.
Right, and also, but the thing is like, okay, so back to exploding. If you feed it to someone and it explodes, I don't think that's very fun. Because whoever fed the item is gonna, both people die. Like everybody dies if you do that.
Yeah.
I use something real quick though, which is in the C4.
But if you eat it, shouldn't it be like as if you armed it and ate it?
If you arm it and then eat it, nothing happens. You just die. You get the poison damage. It doesn't explode though.
No, but I mean, like if you force feed it to someone, shouldn't it be like armed as soon as you eat it, or they eat it?
When you say armed, what do you mean? You mean that you want it to blow up? What do you mean?
Like the timer starts.
Maybe. Maybe, but that's sort of... But the thing is, when an item gets eaten, it's removed.
Yeah.
So there's no way of tracking it internally. But if it does poison damage, it's fine. Because eating it's a little bit different. It's not even the intended use case. It's just you can also feed it to somebody. And then the idea is that, like, you know, it explodes in their belly or something, and it just hurts just the person that you fed it to, but not everybody. So the idea is that their body somehow...
Wait, what cartoon is that when they like eat the bomb to keep it from exploding?
Probably Looney Tunes, I would imagine. Like, well, I don't know.
There's like a specific one.
Leonard's so funny. He's literally the funniest person. He's like, if you eat C4, you should automatically go into the bathroom and destroy one stall. That's kind of fun. There should be like a hole in the floor where it, that's the dumbest thing. That's so funny though. That should happen. That should be what happens. I need more medical dungeons, more of these. I gotta restart because I use a bunch of cheats and stuff, and I wanna get recipe caches. Once we have Rex for walls, it'll look a bit nicer too. Also, Rex for floors, if we do that, would be fun too.
Yeah.
And also need a way to craft C4. That would be fun. I just don't know what the material is, because C4 is so good.
Yeah.
But also really fun. We should get like an item that like mimics C4. Like, what if we should add some sort of like a welder's torch or something? That would be really fun. And it allows you to destroy a wall. So you click on a wall and like there's a context option appears that says destroy or something.
Yeah.
In the same way that if you have the lucky lighter, if you click on a floor, there's a context option that says light on fire. Like that, I think would be interesting. Could be a piece of gear. Also, we could name it. I don't know if Zeta Senki means that we should name it C5 instead of C4 because it's the Futurama style, or if the C5 is the name of the torch that destroys that you hold. It's called C5. C5 and after. Bands will make her dance. Bands will make her dance. What is this?
Make it Satan because it almost sounds like Satan.
That's so funny.
I just keep thinking of the Manson song.
Also, I don't know what happened here, but this where's the entrance? Interesting. What's happened here?
What?
I'm curious to see what happened here. Is this the morgue room by any chance that's broken?
No.
Oh.
Well, it is a morgue room.
No, this is a waste recycler. Or this is a waste station.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. I wonder why it spawned so close. The entrance is like right over here or something, so it's like something happened where it just looped around and then got right here. I mean, it was still unable to do this, but in this case, the room configuration should be considered invalid, and obviously it's not, so I'm going to write that down. Bug. Rooms that intersect with player's base. I put player's place or something. Intersect with players. I can't talk right now. Should not be considered valid, dude. Right now, it still places them, but doesn't place any intersecting walls, etc. And this is not good, to quote my father. I don't know why I said, oh, I just saved! Don't do it! Okay, it worked. Okay, that's fine. Everything's fine here. Okay, so there's no med lab here. Which means we gotta try again. This person's mute, by the way. Yesterday we were watching Disney Plus, me and Grammy, and it froze, and he was trying to get it to work on the remote. He's like, I don't know why it's not working. I'm not covering the thing. Because he knows, I taught him that if you put your hand over the sensor, it won't work, or sometimes he would do an accident. He's like, why isn't it working? I'm not covering the thing. I'm like, well, sometimes there's other reasons. I taught him how to do the hold. If you hold the button for a long time, it'll reset the Xbox. Because if you just pressed it, when you just pressed it, it wouldn't work. Like, the Xbox was frozen. And then Disney Plus wouldn't work, and Amazon Prime wouldn't work. And I wonder if there was internet issues last night, like on the back end, like AWS or something.
Yeah.
You know what AWS stands for? You should know. It's your mom, average white slut. She's a real AWS, if you know what I mean. Me neither. I just made it up. It's like, it's so stupid. I've never, whatever. It's just a dumb thing I just said. Don't repeat it. All right.
I would totally believe that was a real thing.
That sounds awesome, right?
No.
But there's something I thought about for displaying dungeon levels is we could display it above the... Holy baloney! Look how big this dungeon is! Oh my god!
Because the corridors are add-ons and then there can be 8 other rooms.
Damn, that works for me. It'd be fun to explore, dude. But
When
anyway,
they changed
in the
map
fog
to,
of
like,
war, there could be something that appears that shows something,
I think
but I
think
don't
the
know.
trees. Yeah, I think the trees like poke up.
They do,
above
so
the
you can kind of
floor.
see them a little bit. I think it's it's whatever. It's fine. It's whatever. I mean, you could make the fog of war, I guess, maybe like a couple pixels higher. Is that possible? I don't know. Would that solve it, or would that introduce more problems? I don't know. Not sure.
It could introduce a lot more problems.
Oh my god, you know something funny that they said during the when I was watching a Halo 3 testing video, is they're like, yeah, little things could break things. Like, for example, if you increase the top speed of the Warthog by like 5 units, all of a sudden some ramps, if you go up them, you might just die because there's a system in place where if you go too fast, you die, you know?
What?
Yeah. And then they're like, yeah.
Weird.
I think Halo was probably always really good because it like had such a good sandbox, you know? It always felt like it was like a really solid little sandbox that, is he still doing that? No, he's not. That just happened to have a game around it, which is, I think, is fun. Whereas I think that Call of Duty feels more like it's like made to be a game, like just through and through, you know. Whereas like Halo, it feels like you could have lots of games take place in that sandbox. It just happens to be a first-person shooter, something like that.
Yeah.
Half-human games. Okay. Now, last time the zombie killed me first try, but this time I'm gonna kill it first try. See, there's 2 damage, no problem. Increased strength to level 10. Actually, he's gonna mess this thing up. He got infected already, though. The infection chance is like 25%, dude. Which is not high.
Did you say 25%?
I think so.
That's like a lot. I thought you changed it to like 5% or 1%,
I mean,
or something like crazy low.
that was the Cuddler infection.
Oh.
I'm gonna look at what it is. 25% actually is pretty high because they're gonna hit it more. Well, they have way more health now. Before they had 3 health, so they were only getting a couple hits off.
Alright. Yeah, that's true.
There's a 5% chance. That's actually, I'm okay with that. 5% is very low. Hi, will Starmancer be coming back to Game Pass? I don't know, to be honest with you. They don't really tell us these things. It's not really our thing. It's like a publisher, professional thing. I don't know. I would be okay if it doesn't come back. I would love it if I didn't have to support the Microsoft Store version because it's a different thing. I just want to be on Steam, you know? It's like easier for us because it's just the 2 of us. It's like the Game Pass version is literally a different backend that we have to test, and there's unique bugs that are generated. This is the Moore group, I think, that has no walls.
Yeah.
It's fine though. It's just walls. Like I can understand. I could give you a key if you want. Mujinos, Mujins, no, Mujins, and you can also, if you also on Steam, you can play this right now. If you use the code, I'll give you the code. If you enter that code as well. Actually, Victor, could you just give this person a code? I can give you a code for you to give to them.
Yeah.
Because my chat computer is not the same as my Oh, look at that. Roach EU crowd. That's it. Roach EU crowd. Okay, thanks. More unused keys.txt. This is the one. I can't show it to you guys though. I mean, I guess I could. I don't really care if you take them. It doesn't really matter to me. All right. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't like whatever. Okay. There. I'll just give you the code. Then you don't have to buy it. There you go. I'll have Victor send it to you. I'll have my guy send it to you. I got a key guy. He's my key maker. I'm gonna start calling you key maker. Will you call me the Merovingian? What? I fucked it up, dude. The Merovingian from The Matrix. You know, he had the hot girlfriend. He made the cheesecake that made her go to the bathroom because she experienced pleasure that she'd never experienced before. The Matrix.
Huh?
Neo.
Like the second one or the third one or?
The Merovingian. You know, Trinity, man. And he's like, she got the guns, and like there's an agent. It's like, whoa. Yeah, it's reloaded. Yeah.
I only watched the first one.
Are you serious? You've never seen Matrix Reloaded?
Actually, maybe I saw the second
It's
one.
not like it's that obscure. Have your people
I forced
contact
myself to forget about it.
you forced yourself to forget about what?
To forget about it.
No, forget about which one?
The second one.
You don't like the second one? You don't know because you
don't
force yourself to
remember.
forget about it.
Exactly.
But like, it's like the Russian dude eating G, the American with the lady. What does that mean? The Russian dude eating G, the American with the lady. Oh, he's talking about the Matrix. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. I was like, what are we talking about? I'm like, oh yeah, okay. I was thinking you meant something Starmancer related. You're talking about the Matrix. Okay. But anyway, this dude gives this hot girl, cheesecake, like his wife or something, his computer wife, you know? But he's a computer too, so it's okay. And like, then something happens inside of her, which I think is an orgasm. But I was like in the 6th or 7th grade and the movie came out. I was like, I don't know what the hell's happening. Plus, I barely know what a lady orgasm is. Am I right, fellas? And so I was like, what is it? And she had to go to the bathroom and excuse herself. And then the guy looked all smug. And like and then when he came back, he had, oh no, he fed it to not his wife, but to a separate. I think he just made this girl. I don't really know what happened. I think it wasn't his wife. It was another girl that he made that he fed her cheesecake. And then he met her in the bathroom. Then he comes in later. He's got a bunch of lipstick, not on his face, because she's like, you got lipstick on you, honey. He's like, where? Not on your face, implying it was, you know, like a situation. And you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, huh? Okay.
Nope. Probably just go to YouTube and watch that.
The Merovingian scene. It's hard to describe this scene because, you know, I don't want to get in trouble for being like, yeah, it's a scene where, you know, he goes into this plane and this girl goes down on him, you know, and then the woman gets mad. And then there's a scene where Neo stops all the bullets in the mountains, in the mansion or whatever. And like, so when that happens, that's when she gets all mad and storms off and stuff. And, you know, the Merovingian. I literally don't understand how you've never seen The Matrix Reloaded, or at least can't remember it. I don't understand that at all. It's like a very popular movie. It's not like this obscure indie film. And you were young when it came out, you know? It wasn't like you were a movie snob or nothing, probably. You were probably like, I don't know, 15 or 16 or something when it came out. This guy is infected again.
Yeah, but I mean, the first Matrix
So
I've seen maybe 3 or 4 times.
Is that a lot for you or not a lot for you?
Just like higher than average, I guess.
I was curious. I'm like, was that a lot? I don't know. It's 3 or 4. I've seen it like, you know, so many times. I used to watch the fight scenes on VHS. You know? Literally VHS. You have to rewind it and then do the things. Yeah. And yeah, she does get mad. The wife's like, what are you doing? Don't feed orgasm cake to strange ladies. And he's like, did I do that? My bad. Oops. This room's a lot cooler now. It's got red floors. It's fun. Still slimes that are trapped in this pit, which I think is very fun. Or in this room, rather. I think it's so fun. Like, they're in a cage. Like, they're zoo animals. I think it would, honestly, Victor, I think it would be fine if they were just trapped and there wasn't even a shelf. Like, there was no way to get them out short of, like, C4 or something. I do think it'd be, it's still, like, it's fun, you know?
Oh,
What happens if you recycle an infected colonist? I mean, why does he keep saying, oh, because he's infected. They're supposed to get rid of their infection. Actually, I think if you return them to source and they're infected with a zombie, they'll just become a zombie. But they're supposed to get rid of the zombie infection. Did I miss the one with the really long hallway? Or is it still here? Was not able to access it for some reason? Or is it this one I'm in right now? Oh, is that a different rotation? I see. I'm just going to pick this guy up and go over here. Because this is just a doctor's office. Look at this worm. What's he doing? You know? You think it came out of someone's, like, worms should spawn from, oh, it's an incubation tank. That's so fun. Worms should spawn. This used to have meat in it, guys. Fun fact. Used to be a little steak of meat here. But not anymore. Oh, this one's broken? That's cool. That's fun. Like, something got out. That's very fun. That's very, very fun. It makes me think, there's a game that it makes me think of from back when I was a kid. I can't remember. No, it makes me think of Zordon, dude. From the Power Rangers. You know Zordon. And there was Ivan Ooze, and he breaks the cage, and all of a sudden, Zordon's like a person, but he's in a gray, like, suit, and he's bald and pale. What was the guy? What was that guy's name from Power Rangers? And he was like the little robot dude, Alfalfa or something. No, that's not right. That's from something else.
I mean,
Alpha,
they banned
just
Power
Alpha.
Rangers in Europe, or at least in Sweden.
Would it perhaps be a risk path to an infection with the AI core? Actually, that's very interesting. If you wait, why was it banned? For being too
Because
violent?
like a kid like in Finland was inspired by it, and I
Beat
don't
up.
know if he killed someone or
He killed
beat up.
someone based off Power Rangers?
Yeah,
How did he do that? Like what is? I guess what?
I don't know.
Like when you say like, was it on purpose? Or like did he like?
Yeah,
So he watched a show in which people beat up things like using like kind of karate, cheesy karate type stuff, and he thought I could do that. I could do that to a person smaller than me. This is it. Alpha. It is. It is kind of you know, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I just don't buy that. Kids know what beating up is, because the violence in Power Rangers is not like real. It's just like It's just like they'll clobber each other, but not in like a real way, in like a real childish way.
yeah.
Like children know that like beating up happens, like you can clobber something, kind of. Because like kids clobber each other all the time.
Well, actually, I don't think it was banned. It was probably pulled from like the.
Yeah. Too risky. He called in his Megazord. Yeah. What if I wish I did that part. He like ran him over with a truck or something. He's like, well, in the Megazords, what they would do sometimes is run over the bad guys. So he got in his truck and ran over people. What if that's what that guy? You know, there was a guy who ran over a bunch of people at a parade. What if he's like, yeah, I was inspired by Power Rangers, so it's just too much. I think it'd be funny if like everyone galvanized around banning Power Rangers, like before they would ban like assault rifles or something. That'd be really funny to me. If they're like, well, I see those arguments. That makes complete sense to me. You know. Also, like they make fun of like Alpha and Zordon for being like a gay couple or something. Like I just don't like those values. You know, one's a robot dude, the other one's like an alien dude, and they have a bunch of little kids that they have fight for them. I just don't like those. Oh my god, the Zords, dude. Yeah, also swords do cause everything just explodes or sparks rather, which is the best. You know, dude. Do you remember Tommy? Dude, Tommy was the best. He was so cool. Tommy, the White Ranger, the Green Ranger. Also, sometimes he had like a Reptar type Zord, dude. Oh man. Victor, what was your show, man? You didn't watch Power Rangers?
I mean, no.
Red Ranger or Rocky? You talking about Rocky right now? The Red Ranger. There was Billy the Blue Ranger. There was Kimberly the Pink Ranger. The Yellow Ranger. I don't remember her name. I don't remember her being very interesting. But as a young boy, I'm like, I don't care about this yellow. I don't like the color yellow. So who cares? She's just some girl, you know. Like, who cares? What was his name? Billy was cool because he was like a computer guy, you know. And he liked blue. My favorite color is blue too. So I'm like, maybe I'm like him. Also, Rocky definitely did gay porn, which is fine because the chick from Boy Meets World did regular porn, Rachel. Way after she should have. Way after her value. You know, like she cashed in way too late in the porn game, dude. It's unfortunate, but you know, what are you gonna do? You know, she was not first to market, I guess, is my point. And yeah, Rocky's hair was pretty nasty. Let's just find this out. Let's find Rocky Power Rangers. Adam Pock. Rocky DeSantos. Here's the guy. What does this button do? Doesn't work. Chrome. Star Fox 64, Rob 64's quotes. That was the last time I was in. That's how I was a Chrome. See, Rocky, man. That's me, Rocky. Who's this person? That wasn't the Yellow Ranger. That wasn't Kimberly. Who is this? Oh, this is like a later season or something where they had some recurring cast members, but some new ones, you know? There's the guy, dude. There's my boy Billy. And Tommy. And Rocky. This guy, called Zach, I think. This guy's name is Zach, right? He had a frog in the movie with Ivan Ooze. Kimberly. And this one. The Yellow Ranger. What was her name? Aisha? Could that be it? Yeah, there's no way I was remembering Aisha. Not a chance. I probably couldn't pronounce it when I was 4. All right, what is this? I didn't know any. Like that's too hard of a name. I think Power Rangers was a Japanese show too, wasn't it?
More like it was inspired by like typical Japanese
I thought it was legit a Japanese
Inspired
show
like Hero,
that they
it seems.
literally just like ported it to America. I thought that's what it was.
Maybe. You mean like an adaptation?
Her name was Trini. Power Rangers was just season 1 or something. That could have been her name. Oh, dude. Lord Zed, dude. You remember some Lord Zed? All right, let's see their names. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. There's a whole wiki about it. It's no big deal. It's no problem. The first season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Blah, 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 blah. Da-da-da-da-da. Characters. Ah, Trini. I do not remember her name at all. I don't even remember this. This doesn't even matter. Like, the Yellow Ranger is just so boring to me. It just doesn't even matter. The Pink Ranger you only remember because she's the Pink Ranger, because she's pink, like, and so there's like a love thing between her and Tommy, you know what I mean? So you're like, oh, okay, well, you know, my boy Tommy. Also, Tommy was the Green Ranger for a little bit. He went rogue for a couple episodes, I think. That was pretty fun, you know? It's good times. Oh, there was a space station season of Power Rangers. That was pretty cool too, you know? Yeah, but why a frog? He's like, and she's like, because the frog is the most noble. Or something like that, you know what I mean? Or no, I think she said, sometimes, I think what she said, he's like, why am I a frog? And this lady's like, well, sometimes when you kiss a frog, he becomes a handsome prince. I think she kisses him on the cheek, but he stayed the same. So what is he supposed to mean, take from that, you know? Why'd they make it a frog? Like, everyone has cool stuff. Like, Billy had a wolf, you know? And he was a frog. He would jump and stuff like that, you know? It was in the Ivan News movie. Oh, about the car one. That was sick, too. There was a movie that started that, too, where there was, like, a ship, like a boat. They had to go to, like, this island. They had to pass, like, this shield membrane situation. That was pretty fun. Dude, the Space Station series was awesome. That one was so cool, man. And then there was one that took place, like, underwater for some reason, like in a dome. And that was, like, right before the Space Station season. And there was, like, this kid. There was, like, this father, and, like, he wasn't paying attention during, like, a rainstorm on a cliff or something. So his car goes off the road and his kids are about to die. And out of nowhere, the bad guy's like, I'll save your kid, but he's mine. And he's like, okay, do it, you know? Save my boy. And then he takes him and he becomes an evil person. And then later, that dad becomes the commander of the underground base, you know? And his sister's a Power Ranger, but he's an evil Power Ranger, you know? And then somehow they become reunited or something like that. So that was pretty cool. Also, there was one that was legit just in space. It wasn't even a space station. It was just, like, in space. Like, Guardians of the Galaxy style. That was awesome, too, man. You missed a lot of that. You should have, Power Rangers was sick, dude. Okay, why am I just not getting any of these freaking medical? Oh, this is a medical dungeon. But this one's... Oh, is this one a medical dungeon? Oh, I thought it was a waste... Oh, maybe I haven't. I just keep thinking they've been waste dungeons the whole time. All right, Kenton Gentry. What was the name of the blacksmith in Game of Thrones who was a bastard son of of the king? Gentry? Is that his name, or Gendry, perhaps? Because this guy's got... His name is Gentry, last name. I'm just going to name him Lord Baratheon. Stannis Baratheon. Baratheon. How do you spell Baratheon? This is good enough for me. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, the White Ranger. Oh, man. Power Rangers was cool, dude. You learned a lot about life from Power Rangers, you know? Not that much, but some, you know? Like, don't dig up Ivan News. You know, in constructions. Oh, my God, he's going to die. Oh, my God. Oh, data ship. What if I just mine some biomass? What is this, a larva husk? Can I eat it? I mean, it'll give me 1 health if I eat it. In Starmancer, you can eat most things, which is different from most games. Because in most games, you can't eat most things. You know? But in Starmancer, you can eat everything. You could even eat the people.
Yeah.
All right, 1 larva husk, please. Okay. I'm just going to have him literally just mine out some mushrooms real quick. I'm just going to have him get some health real quick. Beep, 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 beep. This is riveting content. Beep, 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 beep. Whoa, whoa. How much biomass is there? Just 1? Before I like make everybody vomit because I stopped. I'm shaking the camera so much. 1. Oh my god, there's like no biomass here. Okay. I've got 4 spots though, so I can just pick up all of it. There's 3 biomass there? Oh, it consolidated. That's nice. How fun. What a good game. Okay. Okay. Let's go! 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. Here comes the zombie, dude. I'm not afraid of him. He thinks I'm afraid of him. I'm not. The zombie. We need to give him a nickname like Bill or something. The zombie is always here. Kill him! 1. He took 1 damage. 1. He does 1 damage. Okay, let's get into the action. 1 damage again. What is your strength skill? Level 13? Why are you doing such little damage, you punk? 2. 1. Get him. Get her. That's what they say in Perfect Dark when Joanna Dark is. Get her. Now, Victor, did you ever play Perfect Dark? Because that game was awesome. You with Elvis? Dude, I remember being a kid on GameFAQs reading about how there was Elvis was in the game. And I was very excited for, you know, the king of rock and roll. But it wasn't the king of rock and roll. So you really don't know who Elvis is in Perfect Dark?
No.
Oh, man, let me show you who Elvis was in Perfect Dark. Because he was not the Elvis that you were thinking of. He was a different Elvis. But he had a sweet, sweet gun, dude. Goldeneye 007 Odd Job of Perfect Dark. You remember Odd Job? Maybe you don't, but... dude, check this out.
The guy who throws the hat.
Yeah, that's Odd Job. Or in Austin Powers, it was Random Task. Which is also... Man, Perfect Dark was so fun, dude. You had to get like the expansion pack to play. Oh, yeah, and Elvis's eyes were in here. I remember being a kid looking at the box. I'm like, oh my god, there's an alien. Like, oh my gosh, there's an alien here.
Oh, wait, where?
There's an alien. In her in Joanna's eyes, dude. In her eyes. In the reflection of her eyes. Yeah. And I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. So you had this cool gun, the Phoenix gun, that's maybe what it's called? What's that?
Where's Odd Job in Perfect Dark?
What'd you just say?
Odd Job. Where is he?
He's not, but there could be a way to get him in. It was made by Rare, the same company that made GoldenEye. So it's the exact same engine and everything like that. So there's that could have been a mod that someone just put in. Or maybe there's a cheat code type way to do it. I don't know. All right, I got to go bash a zombie though real quick. Ooh, an egg. I can eat that. Very exciting. 3 damage. He just vomited on the floor. He's puking right now in the middle of a fight. Not the right time to fight, dude. Not a good time to fight. Not a good time to puke. Hold it in. Okay. Punt. There we go. 1. Increase strength to level 14.
Like, go around and kill zombies and eat eggs.
What'd you say?
I feel like that's all you do. Go around killing zombies and eating
Yeah, but that's not like the game's fault. That's just my fault. That's all I do, you know? Because that's all that's in this thing. Is that, you know, you fight some zombies, level up a little bit, look for loot, and then sometimes you bash some skulls. I haven't gotten any relics either. Why haven't I got any relics?
Yeah, it's actually weird. Does the amount of loot scale based on the size of the dungeon?
No.
I also don't think the amount of enemies scale.
It doesn't. It does not. None of that stuff scales. It's because then you have to associate a lot of data together, which becomes much harder to couple together because then you all of a sudden you have a lot of data. But okay, if it's big, if it's size A, do this, this. And often unnecessary, by the way. What is this room? Yeah. Are you manually spawning like health kits and stuff in some of these rooms? This is a good room, actually.
Only for like those dispensers.
Now, are you spawning... I'm curious to see what sort of loot you're spawning.
It's really weird that all the loot is like condensed in that room. While the other rooms...
That happens sometimes. That'll happen sometimes. That's just the way it goes. That's just... RNG. I mean, it could be a bug, but I don't think so. It's just random isn't as random as people think it is, you know?
Yeah.
It could be a legit issue. Immune booster, antiviral virus turns, bleach, alien egg, nutrition brick, med kit, expansion permit, control chip, upgrade module, recipe cache, relic with a 5% chance, treasure with a 5% chance. Okay. What's in here? Also, antivirals are quite boring. I feel like they shouldn't spawn at 15%. But maybe I'm wrong. Just because they're kind of boring, you know? It's like... But if they cure the zombie disease, maybe it's okay. You know? Let me take these med kits. This will be good. You said recipe cache. Why'd you say it? Did I miss one? I don't think I did. There's vomit right there. Gross. And away we go. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. Oh, there's an egg right there. In that toilet. I got so many med kits, dude. This is perfect. I feel like I can take on the world. Ba-ba-ba-bum-bum-bum. Nothing. 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 What's this? Nutrition brick? What's this? Nothing. Victor, I could probably do VR this weekend if you want to.
Yeah.
Maybe tomorrow. There's a weird time difference, though. It kind of makes it tough, I feel like.
Yeah.
Because I want to do VR chat late at night, you know? Like in the evening, that is. As
Yeah.
opposed... It's in the morning, it's like you're just not in the mood to, like, do that type of thing yet. You know, like, no one wants to, like, go to a bar in the morning unless you have, like, a problem. But, like, there's something fun about the evenings, you know?
Yeah.
That's like, okay, let's do it in the evenings. So I got the expansion permit. I'm just probably just bad RNG, huh? I forgot I named him Stannis Baratheon. So it says Stannis Baratheon started fighting. Hey, an upgrade module. I can't. Oh, I don't have any items. I just don't have any space. I don't know why I'm taking this. I don't need it. I literally have no items in my base. But I'm like, I need it. Is this a waste dungeon? Or is this a meta? I think that's a sterile. I can see the things. And away we go. Boop. Zombie. When I think recipe cache, I think improvised explosives like the Martian. Yeah. Yeah, recipe cache is kind of a weird name. What is that, biomass? Like an explosive cache or something. Where were you when the lights went down? Where's Bill, the fucking zombie that I'm gonna bash in the brains? Where is he? There he is. Come here, zombie. I want the lab coat zombie, dude.
Yeah.
I think this dungeon it's fine. I think next week with the final polishes, it looks fine. Another expansion permit. Ooh, a mysterious skull. Can I eat that? 2 expansion permits in the same spot is interesting. Mysterious skull. Yeah, I could replace expansion permits with relics, maybe, if you're at the cap. Not sure. Not sure. Alright, now can I eat this? It does 2 poison damage, but I'm gonna drop it instead. I don't need the money. Goodbye, creature skull. I want to wear that as a helmet too, by the way. Wouldn't that be awesome? It's like perfect as a helmet. How do you get C4? Right now, Zeta, the only way to get it is to find it. And it spawns in the waste dungeons. And also it can probably sometimes spawn in the medical dungeons. That's right, creature skulls. Just like in real life, creature skulls can be sold for money. The hard part is finding a buyer. Oh, this room looks really nice now. What's that, an antiviral? I don't care about antivirals. Gosh, so many. Wait. Oh, yeah, they don't care. I don't think I rebuilt the library, so they don't cure the disease yet, do they? I need space rock is what I need. Where do I get... What's the best way to get space rock in this game? Oh, is there a... There's got to be a med... There is one. I got a bunch of loot from somewhere. I can heal this guy at the healing booth, right?
Oh, yeah.
I just do it right here, right? No power. Cool. No. I don't have batteries.
Oh, no.
I don't have batteries. You can get C4 in the medical dungeon as well, but there's I gave C4 the tag C4 and also relic, so it'll spawn as a relic. And then separately in the waste dungeon, I gave C4 a 5% spawn chance. Separately. So it can spawn sometimes as a relic, but it's not going to happen very often because there's so many relics. And then also it can spawn just as C4 in the waste dungeon. Like I would love to add a way. See, I think, by the way, Victor, you put a bunch of decorations underneath. And I think this is the way to go for decorations because like you don't have to click. It's obvious that you can't do anything with these, you know?
All right. Yeah.
It's kind of nice. It's like, and they're kind of like on their own sort of plane, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's another mysterious skull here, which I think is just RNG. I don't think it's in. Ooh, there's loot in here sometimes, but it's just a boring thing. This is a loot container, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Bum bum ba bum. Bum 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 bum.
It's kind of weird because there are so many loot containers now, but most of them only have like 1 or 2 inventory slots.
Mm-hmm. Needs power. I have to purchase it to move it. Well, I guess this guy's just gonna. I'm on the quest for space rock. I think I could find some if I like.
Wait, can you rotate the camera in that room? I want to see if the lights are working.
They are.
And the only reason that thing isn't powered is because I rewired so that the wires would like power the lights.
That's fine. Dude, if you find C4 is so fun. But we really need a way to spawn items just as a cheat. Even for us, it would be nice. Just a real quick way. I think something with the item filter could be good. Like right click, you know, and then just spawns items maybe. It's very cheap to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it makes the game, I think, pretty fun because you can just, it's like a nice creative mode. See, there's C4 under relics. Destroys walls, temperature in the vicinity. Well, after arming, poison 30. Space rock? Alright, whatever, dude. And away we go.
Wait. Was the system name Mother 9?
I hope so. Let's do injure, add, waste station thing. Add waste station thing. What am I thinking of right now? Ah, I see. Clicking. Okay, I'm going to put right clicking in item filter window. Should spawn that item at the core access hatch. This is a cheat and should be enabled in the options menu or perhaps in the cheater menu. Not sure which one makes more sense. Oh, that would be interesting. I wish there was a way to do that. What if there was a way? You could just be like, just type in commands like give space rock 1 and just parse it very fast. You have his basic commands like give. But I prefer to do the cheats with a UI solution when at all possible, you know? Because like, let's say you're trying to spawn nutrition brick or something. You have to like know the item name, and if you change the item name, so it'd be. But the thing is, that takes time. If you can just do it the text cheat, it's like you can do a lot of cheats quite fast. Like for example, you could very quickly add a cheat that makes all columns max level and all skills or something. Like you can just be, you know, you can just be like, you know, set skill max space all. Otherwise, type in their name. You know, Bob Thornton, right? Thornton, right? Maybe that could be something fun. I don't know. Give cheese as well. You could spawn cheese that way. You know, little cheese turret. Someone mentioned a cheese turret. I think it was Zeta Senki. I didn't really comment on it, but it made me laugh. I was like, that would be kind of funny, little cheese turret. You gotta like find like a space cow and milk it or something to get ammo, you know? It's not what you think, cow. We're not gonna drink you. We're gonna use you to kill zombies. All right, get out of here, zombies. I don't even care about you.
Should be space goats like the ones from.
Space goats is interesting, you hipster. You're like, we don't need dairy milk. We need goat milk.
Yeah.
Goat milk. That'll be in the food update. Goat milk bullets. You have to freeze them like icicle shards. It's like the thing that killed JFK, you know? Nothing here. Nothing here.
Was he shot by like an ice bullet or something?
Yeah. And I did it, so I know that happened for sure. In the back of the head. He's such a baby, you know? Yeah. And his wife's like, cover his body, cover his body. Some people, man, you know? Alright, I'm gonna find a dang relic here. What is the amount of... I feel like maybe just more loot needs to spawn in the waste dungeon. Or in this dungeon, I mean, dude. Because it's just so big compared to the other stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Loot to spawn.
But
All
also
outcomes.
reduce the amount of
5,
rooms.
7, 10. You reduce the number of rooms. 4, 6, 8. Most of the time it's going to be 6. I'm just going to increase this by 2. Just the amount of loot by 2. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit.
I mean, the rooms and the loot should be like tied together so that you can find like.
I don't know. That's hard. I know you in your magic mind you want like an easy solution that just does it magically, but I don't know if it's necessary. Because here's the thing: if let's say that 13 rooms respawn versus 10 rooms, so it's bigger, or let's just say 4 versus 6, so that's bigger, right? And then if 4 rooms respawn, then you spawn, let's say, 4 pieces of loot, and otherwise you spawn 6 pieces of loot, but it's randomly distributed anyway. So some rooms still wouldn't have any loot, and some rooms would have more loot, and you might even like half the loot. So I don't even know if you would even be able to tell that there was a coupling in that way. So I don't think it might not be necessary, you know.
Well,
I mean, not his
think
brains, but
probably
part of his
wouldn't-
brain definitely got splattered all over. What's that, Victor?
I think they should when they're both at like the opposite sides of the extreme.
I don't know
Like
if it's too big of a deal when there's
or
too
least
much
amount of
loot.
loot
It's
to
it's more of a
maximum
problem when there's
room.
too little loot. But the same thing is true of enemies and what have you. But the thing is, the number of rooms has nothing to do with the size of the dungeon. Not necessarily. It would tend to be the case that more rooms would be bigger, but not always. It depends on the loot. Depends on the number of loot containers that you place in there as well. You know, it's a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, and if you place loot containers that don't despawn, you're gonna have a lot of empty loot containers sometimes as well.
Yeah.
So sort of all of it, you know. This is assuming that that it can spawn, find place of false loot, treasure. I'm gonna try this room first. Let's go. Value loot density by enemy level, perhaps. See, I would like that more, right? Loot density, like, if you go to a higher level dungeon, you should presumably, be able to find loot a bit easier, or something like that, or quicker, or something that the time it takes, the loot density should be higher. You should be able to get loot faster, that sort of thing. And also, maybe it's fine there's not as much loot. It just depends when you're playing the game and what type of loot you're getting. Like, if you have to walk through the whole dungeon, I mean, just that's sort of annoying enough if you have a lot of stuff. What's this? An alien artifact? A mysterious artifact? Boring. Let's go here. Space zombie attack. The medbay should spawn head in a jar. Better loot past scarier mobs. That'd be possible as well. What is this? I don't think I've gotten this room yet. I got another expand. Yeah, I have. I got another expand, but it's this. Oh, this is the morgue room. I see. This is the morgue room with no walls. I was like, what is this? What is this room? Ah, I gotta go all the way over here now. These antivirals. Upgrade module. See, this one's not in the right position, but this wall light. But I suspect that it is... Maybe the room needs to get resaved or something like that. I don't think that's the case. It could be the tiles in the wrong spot also. They can't find a wall there, but I don't think so. See, in this room, you should write down the room. But see, when there's these loot containers that don't have anything, it's just sort of like busy. Yeah. It's like just adds this up, but it's like doesn't really... you know, it's like more stuff to click on, but like when the vast majority of them are empty, it's not very fun. And the vast majority of these loot containers are completely empty.
Yeah.
Like most of them are, because there's so many. Like there's 2 in this room there's 2 like in this medical room, for example. See, in this one the lights are bad too. Maybe it's based off rotation that the wall lights are bad. Maybe you just can't use wall lights for now. Just use floor lights instead, or it's like it's whatever. Wall lights are, you know, you might like them more, but they don't work in the dungeon, unfortunately. But anyway, like in this room, there's this shelf, and there's this, and there's this. There's 3 things in this room that take up loot as well. So sort of a lot of stuff. Let me try this. Yeah, heads and jars would be fun to find. The thing with the heads and jar, though, maybe this is fine, maybe it's no problem, is that you don't... like have that much control over what type of colonist you get. And what if the colonist just sucks? But maybe it doesn't matter. Like maybe it doesn't matter if the colonist sucks. You know, because getting someone's better than not getting somebody, right? You know?
Yeah.
Hard to scale though, because what if you just keep running dungeons and just get like 100 dudes? I guess you couldn't grow them though. Like, you still wouldn't be able to grow them because you'd be at the cap, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna skip over that fucking dude. I'm not fighting that guy. Upgrade module. What's that one? Control chip. Recipe cache. Is that the same thing again? Another control chip? That's interesting. There's 2 control chips right here. Do 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 do. Is that it in this room? This dungeon? Ah! Oh, there was a mango here too. Here's how much I do. I'm gonna disable fog of war. And then I'm going to press play. I'm gonna rebuild the library, press play, and see how much stuff spawns.
Yeah.
Could you perhaps have a thesaurus-based item generation? I don't know if that's a joke or if that's a serious suggestion because I'm not sure what it means. Thesaurus. I don't know what it means. Now, in terms of base size, Victor, if you wanted to associate, the only way to associate, like, say, base size with the amount of items that spawn, there's 2 ways. One way is you group all the data together in a big drop down, and it's just all batched together, which is a real pain in the ass and very tacky. The other way is using something like a key or something, but it gets overly complicated, and for what real reason? If the net effect of the player is roughly the same, it's not worth the extra back-end overhead.
Yeah.
Do you mean generating an item, like generating an item that has never existed before? Is that what you mean? By the way, Rothorn? Something like that, I mean. Like maybe like a weapon that has randomized stats or something. Yeah. Object with a fanciful description, random effects. Yeah, I think that's what you mean. So like maybe like let's say a sword can spawn, and sometimes it's an ice sword, and sometimes it's a fire sword or something like that, you know? And the fire sword has a different effect because it's going to be red, right? And the ice sword's going to be blue, and you know, something like that maybe. Also, it could be a poison sword or something like that. I'm reloading script assemblies. Busy for 18 coconuts. Here's this. Friday the 4th. Boop boo. Booty booty boop. Booty booty boop boop boo. And we're gonna play. That's the Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
Inspector Gadget was scary, I thought. Like as a kid it was dark. Like it creeped me out. The idea of like your body, like, you know, the guy's like a freak, man. Like his body gets replaced, his body parts get replaced with like gadgets and gizmos. It's kind of scary. Like I was like 5, 6 whenever watching that show. Is there something spooky about it? Easter egg idea. Have a chance that Collins will be Tyler or Victor. I'm pretty sure that I don't think we're in the random. I don't think we're in the static name generation yet. That would be fun. Like Chris Sawyer in Roller Coaster Tycoon or something. That could be fun. Gotta rebuild again to get this dungeon. Also, while I'm here, screw the amount of antivirals here. It's way too little, or way too it's way too many, because they're the most boring.
Yeah.
Because you only need them, like if you like are sick, and you don't get sick that often.
Yeah.
You know. Oh yeah, the doggy. Yeah, but the idea is very spooky, man. Loot BB. Immune booster strong. Immune boosters also are so freaking just so boring. Antiviral. I feel like the immune booster is even worse than the antiviral.
Yeah.
Also, do we need bleach here? There's bleach in the other dungeon. Let's say no. Also, no to the nutrition brick. What was that? 10 and 15. 10 and 10. I already forgot the numbers, unfortunately. So you have a 10 and 12. So we're at 22. The percentage. I have to track the percentage. We're at 22%. 32%. Oh my god, that's so high. Like 32%. Jesus. 30. 25. What else is here? Also, this virus syringe doesn't work as intended, so I'm just going to delete it as well.
Yeah.
Like, the first thing I'm going to do with C4 is incinerate it. I was just curious what that would do. I mean, probably I should blow up the incinerator, I guess, right? I mean, probably. What's some loot that could spawn here? There's not enough loot in this thing. What spawns like a rare food item or something? That could be fun, right? That's pretty easy. So if there's pizza, we could do cake. Cake's fun. I like cake, you know? We could do Cuddler Venom Sack, perhaps? That could be maybe something we spawn there sometimes.
Yeah.
Could be interesting, although not very useful to the player, just kind of for fun, you know?
Yeah.
What about arm left? All right, let's do the purple banana venture. Okay, let's do maybe cake. Cake's fun. Cake's fun. Everybody likes cake. Cake. 10. 10, 10, 10. 36. 40. 42. 47. Something. 63. Or 62. Should be 62. 72. 78. 83. 17 left. Okay. 12 left. 10 left. Okay, we'll try that. Okay, we'll try that. Starmancer library rebuild. Also, after Wilderness, we get to add gear, which will be fun.
Yeah.
We got lots of gear, lots of armor. Like a hazmat suit. And we can add a harder enemy. We can add up much harder enemies as well.
Yeah.
And better loot, too. And this thing might complain. But it didn't, so I think I did 100%. Or it doesn't validate, which is also a chance. Let me make sure it validates this. It says it does. Right? So, it says it validates it in the code. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. I'm still gonna keep Fog of War on when I explore this dungeon. I think that's the play. It's more fun when you have Fog of War off. It's like you get a weird. You don't get the right sense when Fog of War is off because you can so quickly explore an entire dungeon. Boo doo 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 doo. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. A do 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 do. Bam 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 bam. You know what game I always wanted to play, never got a chance to? There was a 4 versus 1 asymmetrical game in which you were a giant monster. Evolve. And I never got to play it, and I missed the boat, which sucks. And the game wasn't that great anyway, but it seems so compelling. I love 5v1s or 4v1s. Like Dead by Daylight?
Yeah.
think the sucks is that people just start taking the game so seriously, you know? It's just too bad. Yeah, it's Evolved that I'm thinking of. And we're warping. Pew! The medkit spawn chance should probably be lower than average in this dungeon, the medical dungeon, because you added containers that spawn just medkits, I believe.
Yeah.
So it's like you're going to have just a lot of medkits. You know what game is fun too is that Predator Hunting Grounds. That game, I really like that game. I thought that was fun. And then I never liked Friday the 13th as much though. I don't know why. I thought Dead by Daylight was better. Is this a space colonist that I just found? And I just like took him. It is. It's just a space colonist spawn. I was like, okay. Okay, I'll take you. I don't need this audio. Get the hell out of here. It's just loud, actually. It's okay. It's just so loud. Go, 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 go. Window, floor, sterile cosmetics, garbage. I wish there were more entrances. But also, I'll just explore this dungeon so many times. What we got here? Upgrade module. This thing, this thing, this thing. Tyson's gloves. Well, I finally got a relic. At least. Tyson gloves don't do anything against zombies, though, because zombies, can't get knocked out. Be nice if they could, though, somehow. 2. It's so nervous. It's like, he's gonna die, dude.
I mean, what you want is probably like, what are those like knuckle things called?
Well, what I really want is just gear, you know?
Yeah.
Broken core. That's what I really want, you know? More than anything else. See, these lights are bugged too. It must be the rotation. Maybe they only work on certain rotations. Also, perhaps they're just not rotatable, maybe. Maybe that's the problem. That they're positioned correctly, but they're just not rotated correctly. That could very easily be the problem here. Because I can see the rotating. And I bet if I rotate these wall lights, they'll just work out. No problem. That's just a guess. And perhaps it's true. Here. So we take these wall lights. This wall light right here. If I rotate it this way, no, it's still not right. Nothing changed. It didn't move at all. So I thought that maybe it would, though. I thought its pivot would be such that it would be fixed, but it wasn't. So it doesn't even matter. Because it does move, you see, but it's still not correct, though. See something? Oh, okay. Maximize.
What if the scale is wrong?
What?
Maybe the scale is wrong.
The scale of what? I doubt it. Did you change it? Like, did you change the scale?
When I created it?
I mean, recently is what I mean. Since the wall light already exists and works on everything else. Like, if you place it manually, it works just fine. So, like, I don't see a reason that...
Oh, I mean
the scale... Why do you...
Tile.
If it doesn't find a wall side to get placed at, it's not supposed to place it at all. I don't think it places it at all if it doesn't find a wall side. So even if the scale was wrong, it wouldn't matter. I don't think, at least.
Yeah, the dimensions are 2 anyways. So
What's that?
the dimensions are 2 by 2, so which are correct dimensions.
Oh. I'm not really sure what you're talking about, to be honest with you. The dimensions of the wall light? I found cake.
No, the dimensions when you place the tile.
Oh. I don't think the dimensions is the issue, though. Like in any, I don't think the dimensions would cause the issue. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't get. Oh, there's a head right there. Space rock too. Because there's It just checks for if there's a wall side at the position it's spawned at, and if there's no wall side, it doesn't spawn anything. Cake here's 20, dude. That's so much. Walk to a floor. Walk to a floor.
Yeah.
Go, 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 go. Upgrade modules. I'm going to get a lot of upgrade modules in here because it increases spawn chance. This freaking egg would literally just dump this antiviral into the toilet. Because I don't care about it at all. What if I give him cake? Does that make him happy, you think? It would, by the way. See, watch this. Okay, not that happy. Wow, he's really sad about seeing all the sad things. What a bummer. Options. Disable Fog of War. Okay. We should put like the how to join the stream at alt, like whenever we're in the loading screen, we should say how to join the developer branch. Roach EU crowd on Steam to play developer branch. Enter the code. Okay, thanks. And every time there's a loading screen, we can just display it.
Yeah.
It'll just be baked in. Because there's nothing else to do while we wait. I think it's fixed. I think it's done been generated. Do. Remote uplink is actually really, really cool. So remote uplink, what it does is when a colonist dies, they get teleported instead. So it's like the diamond ring enchanted from RuneScape. So very fun. So I'm going to take one of those. Bunch of zombies just spawn in a second later. I almost died because of that. So there's just so many loot containers. They're all mostly, encyclopedia there. They're all mostly just empty just because there's just so many of them. There's just so many potential loot spawns.
Yeah.
That they're just all going to tend to be empty most of the time. Because there just cannot be enough loot that randomly gets spawned in here to support it.
Yeah. But that's because in this type of station, like you expect that there would be furniture and stuff.
Well, you can have furniture without making a loot spawn, though.
Yeah.
It depends on the station, though. It doesn't matter, you know what I mean? It's like no problem. It's not like a hard and fast rule. What's this room? I don't think I've ever seen this room before. Maybe I have, and I just don't remember that I saw it. This room, the external walls aren't painted either, but no big deal. What's that? What is that? Oh, an O2 canister. Oh. Colonist helmet never runs out of oxygen. That sounds pretty good. Let's take that. It's sort of funny. Like, it's not like I can just spawn a new guy, but I still don't want him to die. Like, I'm not trying to make him die. There. 100% now. Okay. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? This thing. This thing. This thing. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. You just gotta do so much mousing over things, you know?
Yeah.
And mostly it's like not rewarded, you know? Mostly just mouse over things like, nothing here, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. A lot of that, you know? A lot of like, nothing, nothing, nothing. And because there's so many loot containers, most times if you go into a room, there's nothing there. Into a place. Because there's just so many loot containers. As opposed to the waste dungeon, where there's fewer loot spawners. My sweater has snagged. That's really sad, actually. That's so sad. I gotta cut it. There's a new sweater. Ben, if you're watching this and you're not texting me back, you're being a son of a gun right now. I like that somehow I accidentally started researching the workbench. Like, if you look at this room, it's like loot, loot, something interesting. There's actually it just feels like there's more, the loot density is very high here, see? It's like there's just loot, there's loot, there's loot. Oh, I'm going to despawn in a second. But there's loot. I don't know. It just feels like there's just lots of loot, lots of stuff sort of find or something. There's this. Oh, there's actually 2 C4 here, by the way. So that's actually pretty fun. I did not even notice that. And so let's pick this up. And let's go ahead and get some freaking C4. And we're going to free the slimes. That's what we're going to do, dude. We're going to free the slimes from the, where they're trapped or whatever. What's this one? The expansion permit? I like how the expansion permit has arrows in all directions, you nerd. You're like, it goes in all directions.
Yeah.
I have to drop something. I'm going to drop the canister so I can pick up the C4. Okay. Oh, another one? This, boring. Wouldn't be boring in a real game, but boring in this game. What if we had like a resource node to the med dungeon? Would that be fun? Maybe, maybe not, you know? Like there's Galarium, for example, in the waste station, you know?
Yeah.
I'm taking my C4, I'm going to a zombie, and I'm gonna kill him. What if you could like aggro? What if I aggro like all the zombies in a dungeon and just trap them and just murder them with C4? By the way, it's very easy to make the dungeon spawn with oxygen. You just have to tick spawn with oxygen on the livable atmosphere on the room.
Yeah.
So, but let me find you just an example, okay? So this room, this toilet room, I know you have a bit of a stream delay. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 spots that loot can spawn.
Yeah.
And none of these, oh, what the hell? Okay, I take it back. There's 2 cake in this. I literally didn't see that a second ago. I literally didn't even see that. I don't think it was there. I think it spawned after or something. I don't know. Okay, well, there's cake in this room. I take it back. Now, maybe I could do a thing where rooms always spawn loot, but I don't know, you know? Maybe that would make it more fun. Not sure. Not sure. But I also don't want a situation.
I mean, it's weird that the loot is like hidden in the lockers.
Why is that weird to you?
Because it would have been nicer, like, if you could just see the loot.
But you can just mouse over it. What do you mean? You can see the loot pretty easily. Just like the toilet loot. It's not really hidden. You just mouse over it and see it. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, but if you could just see it at a glance.
You can at a glance, just to mouse over it. I mean, being able to see it the way you're describing it is much more difficult to do. Like the locker, how could you even do it? Like most objects, most things couldn't spawn loot. Like the constraint that you're describing, that like, oh, you should be able to see, it'd be better if you could see it. It's a very big constraint.
No, I just mean I could remove the locker from this room.
But what about the toilet?
Oh, yeah,
what about the rest of things? That's what it's like. It's not just a locker, man. It's like most things that spawn loot, you can't see the loot. Like this loot container, for example, you can't see the loot in it.
Yeah.
Just saying, it's just fine. I think it's fine. It's no problem that you can't see the loot. It's fine. You just mouse over. You okay?
But I mean,
loot.
with the loot containers, as they despawn, you know that there's going to be something in there.
Yes, correct. But then you said, I don't want this to despawn because it's so pretty. It makes the room look so good.
The locker could despawn, I guess.
I'm putting words in your mouth, but that's the gist of what you said. I was like, well, but it looks good. Like it's like this is the centerpiece of the room. Maybe it shouldn't be the centerpiece. Maybe it should be some other cosmetic could be the centerpiece. You know?
Yeah, it could also be like a wreck or something if there's no loot.
That'd be a lot of wrecks. I actually never played System Shock. I know what it is. I never played it though. Oh yeah, I guess C4 I want to blow something up.
But I mean, there's also a lot of like those beds without any loot.
Yeah. What's your point about that?
I mean, that's the same thing as like anything else that doesn't have loot.
Well, you can like slate. I don't think so. Like a toilet has purpose outside, like as a toilet. This bed can be used as a bed. Whereas like this loot container, it's just for like it's only for loot, and it doesn't store enough things that like you might want to keep it. Like the locker has enough space that you might want. Maybe you could use that in your base for storing items. Like you could have a use case for it, but like the loot container doesn't have much purpose besides loot. And like the toilets, and the medical bed's interesting too. It's like, oh cool, it's like this is a doctor's office. There's patient beds. Okay, cool. Like you can sort of see that. But like the locker, isn't, or the loot container is not necessarily like that. Like this loot container being here could just as easily be like the dresser. That's what I'm saying. Like it doesn't spawn loot, What's up, Mike87PL?
I mean, maybe it should look more like a desk.
Yeah, maybe. But I don't think that's the right piece of feedback to take from it. I don't think you should necessarily change the model or anything and spend more time on the model necessarily.
Because the idea is that this is like a furniture, and then on that furniture, loot can spawn.
I see. I mean, it's literally called loot container, though.
Yeah, but that's because it's using like just a generic
I see.
icon and name.
There's just the one here. I'm not gonna blow this up. I'll blow something else up. And away we go. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. A-do-do-do-do-do-do. Ba-da-ba. It occurs to me I was going to use the bathroom before stream, and I forgot. That was like 2 hours ago. I was like, oh yeah, I never used that bathroom, did I? There's more C4 here. Like even something like a med kit, like this, like a mental stabilizer spawns in this room. It's like, okay, that's something. Like that's just something, something to look at, you know. Da 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 da. The purpose of playtesting. What is this? What is? Why is there? What is this? What am I looking at right now? Why is there an airlock right here? What is this? What am I seeing right now? What is this? Why did this happen? How did this happen? What the hell am I looking at?
Yeah.
What I would do, Mike87PL, is this. You should type in Roach EU crowd, and then you can play this build that's way different and way better. That's what I would do. Because it's probably been fixed. What?
It says enter this password, but there's no password.
I don't think you're... I think you can't see part of the screen, man.
Oh. Oh, okay. I had it scroll down.
I don't know. See, like, it's not true. It's definitely the password. Okay, but what about this door, though? Is this room just have an airlock placed on it or something? What is this, a connector or something that falls back as a door or something?
A connector, yeah.
Interesting. So it's like it's connected and I just place the door as a fallback. That's funny.
It's not. So, I guess I didn't expect it to be able to connect off like itself.
Yeah. Oh, I see. It's connected off itself. That's fun. But I think that's fine. It's like no problem. It's just sort of fun. Creates like a different situation than you normally get. I think it's sort of fun. Did you add rainbow mushrooms to the loot table here or something?
And to the medical... Oh, wait. Maybe.
Victor, it wasn't me, man. So either it was a bug that I introduced, or you did it. Do you remember if you did it? That's what I'm asking.
That must have been like months ago.
It was not months ago that you did this, because I've never seen a rainbow mushroom in this morgue body storage.
It probably has like 1% chance of spawning or something.
I doubt that. I doubt that you gave... Do you remember giving it a 1% chance? I doubt it. It's probably a bug then. That's why I'm asking.
I'm pretty sure that I added it at some point.
Oh. But I've literally never ever seen it spawn ever. Literally never. It's never spawned. I've never seen a rainbow mushroom spawn there, and there's nothing in here that would make it spawn that either. There's a dead corpse, there's a DNA fragment cache, and there's nothing. And then if I go to the waste dungeon, let's see what's there.
Is there something that has the wrong icon maybe?
No. Well, maybe actually. No, I moused over it. Also, I couldn't remember if I did. Did you add some sort of custom tile or something that can spawn the rainbow mushroom? Something like that, perhaps?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did, or yeah, perhaps you did?
Yes, I definitely did.
Ah, okay, so maybe that's just what it is. Maybe that's just what it is then.
Why would that be added to that specific? That's like a completely different dungeon as well.
I don't know. I didn't do it. I'm just asking you. Okay, did you? Okay, Victor, here's what I'm going to ask. Because it's getting... Okay, is this a bug or is it something you did?
In the medical dungeon, I added a room that has rainbow mushrooms. That shouldn't affect...
How'd you do that? Like, where is this rainbow mushroom coming from? Somewhere, somehow, you had to have specified spawn rainbow mushroom. Because there's no way it would just randomly spawn a rainbow mushroom and never, like, any other item, you know, aberrantly. So it seems that... So... And I also know that you talked about rainbow mushroom and spawning it in a dungeon. So there's a chance that what you did is maybe you overrode a prefab or something like that, something like a prefab variant or a base or something, and maybe could you have done something like that?
It seems very unlikely because it's just a tile.
What's just a tile?
If you search for poison mushroom tile.
Poison mush tile.
Well, actually, it's not called tile. It's just like poison mushroom.
Medilab, poison mushroom, no. Rainbow mushroom entity. This is not a rainbow mushroom item. This is not what I'm talking about. This would just
Well, that's
spawn
the
a
only
rainbow
thing.
mushroom entity, but it's
Yeah,
not the rainbow mushroom. There's a rainbow mushroom here. I've never seen a rainbow mushroom in this thing. Now maybe it's just a very low chance. I've just never gotten there, but I doubt it.
But you checked like the loot table and there wasn't a mushroom.
Correct. So now what I'm asking is it a bug that was introduced by something I changed that you literally didn't change anything? There was nothing you did that could have caused this, or was it something I did that caused it? Because it has to get fixed, right? Because it shouldn't spawn rainbow mushrooms. Because if it spawns rainbow mushrooms and you didn't set it to spawn rainbow mushrooms, what else might it spawn on accident?
Yeah.
And you're saying you did nothing with rainbow mushrooms.
No.
So maybe I should remove the room. Because I have no idea what would cause it to spawn rainbow mushrooms. So the room's bugged somehow. And you're okay with me removing the room?
Yeah.
Over the rainbow mushroom issue?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's just that room.
Okay. And there's nothing. I just don't believe that you did nothing with rainbow mushrooms. Like, I can't believe that. Because here's the thing. This is like a medical thing. It seems very, very likely that what happened is you accidentally changed something or accidentally moved something somewhere. Again, there could be a bug that spawns a rainbow mushroom in the wrong thing. But I've never seen a rainbow mushroom. Again, maybe it's a very low chance. Maybe it's so low that it almost never happens.
When
That's
you were
possible.
looking at the loot tables, were you only looking at like the captions?
No.
Oh.
It's called Medical Morgue Drawer. Medical Morgue Drawer Entity. Now maybe, which one is this? Maybe you overwrote it though. This is Drawer 4 Entity, so maybe this one has something different than the rest perhaps. Because I didn't look at the right one, the correct one. This is DNA Fragment Cache. This is Dead Corpse. So it's not there, unless there's something else somewhere. I don't think it has to be exclusive either. Are you typing?
Morgue drawer.
So I asked and you type like, what is this? Is there a tile in this room? Do you know what room this is called?
No, but I can find it.
What about the rainbow mushroom? Rainbow mushroom, human edible food. I don't think any of those things are set to spawn. There. Morgue body storage. I don't think anything else could have given a rainbow mushroom. I don't think that's even possible. Med. Bay. Waste. Med. Is it this one? Is it Med Bay 2-way?
Yes.
2D. 2D. 2D.
Like loot spawn.
What's this L?
Oh, that's just to indicate that it's a loot.
Yeah, but it's like, like this thing can spawn loot. That's what that means. For example, what is this? An even? Is it uneven? Is it this? It's one of these. It's under walls and doors. And it's one of these. Window. 2D. Tile palette. Delete. Nope, this is not delete. This is delete. Delete. Is this a light bulb? What's this thing right here? Nothing? Nothing? Now, is there something in the room? Is that a thing somehow? Do rooms have loot or something like that? You know?
No.
Alright, we'll spawn a couple more and see what happens. Maybe there's a really low chance that it happens. The thing is, now it could be a coincidence. It's just most time it's not a coincidence. If you're doing something, like if you start talking about rainbow mushroom things, then all of a sudden a rainbow mushroom spawns. It's likely related, right? That seems like somehow it's related. Isn't always.
Well, I mean, I showed you like the tile that I added for it.
Right, but you might have forgotten. Like it's not impossible that you're like, oh yeah, I did that. Like, oh crap, I totally forgot I did that one thing. You know, like it's not impossible. The other thing that could happen is that the rainbow mushroom has an item type it's not supposed to have on it, such as relic or something. Like maybe there's a bug that caused that to happen, something like that.
Yeah.
We also recently updated the community version, maybe something like that happened, which is why I'm asking, like, okay, well, did you do something that you think would cause this or not?
I mean,
You're the one who set up. Also, you're the one who set up that entity in the first place. So when I look at it, it's very hard for me. It's like what is
It has
this?
like an empty attribute.
It has an
Or
empty
it's
attribute.
supposed to spawn nothing. Like the caption is nothing, and then there are no attributes. Oh, but there are also no like amounts either. That shouldn't cause any issues, right?
I don't know. I would think not. It's 40% chance of spawning nothing. Is that right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Or
40%.
no, it's like 10%. The 40% is the DNA fragment.
I mean, 10%'s low. Maybe it doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
There's a chance it just doesn't happen very frequently. And when it's set to spawn nothing, it just happens to spawn that thing instead. I mean, there's a chance. There's a chance that it does that. What's it called?
The
morgue drawer. It's no problem. I'm just gonna talk out loud. The morgue drawer. You set to spawn nothing. All attributes is set to nothing. What do you think that does? I mean, maybe it tries to find any items that match the attributes, and because it's set to nothing, it's like anything will match it. Could that be it?
Yeah. Then other.
Well, don't just say yeah, because you don't know. Like you're like, yeah, that might do it. Like you don't know. You're like, yeah, of course, Tyler. Maybe. Like you don't know.
I mean, yeah, good.
Yeah. If that was how it worked, yeah. But I don't know if that is how it works. That's the thing.
But wouldn't it spawn like other things, or would it only pick like the first thing?
There's a chance it just picks the first thing. You know what I mean? But like, I've only seen the rainbow mushroom there once, so maybe it spawns other stuff there sometimes too. That's not supposed to spawn there. Like for example, I swear like metal spawns there sometimes. Things like that. Like weird things spawn in that thing. Yeah. Like I've seen weird things before. I'm like, whatever. Victor must have just said some. I don't fucking know. You know, who knows? Okay. Create item, abandon all. So I'm guessing that if it's, I'm gonna try something. What's this? What the hell's this? Oh, I see. I'm gonna do this as well. End item type dot all attributes dot count is greater than 0. I'm gonna try that. So I think that maybe what's happening. So in this case, it could be that literally nothing changed, and it just was always broken, but was just rare that it would be broken. Maybe that's what happened. So if you spawn a couple more, I could just spawn that room a bunch of times too, probably, right? I'll do that. I'm just gonna spawn that room a bunch of times and see what happens. If I spawn it like 10 times, I should get it at least once, right? So. I mean, I'm sure I've done the same thing. I would have done that. If you want to spawn nothing, just don't give any attributes. That makes sense to me, right? Just give it nothing, right? That makes sense to me that it would do that. You could try.
The amount is set to 0, but I think there's
the amount's ignored. Yeah, that amount is ignored. Yeah.
You have to check like the use item specific amount, right?
Yeah, that's fine. That's no problem there. That's no stress there. I'm just gonna spawn the room. There's a pickaxe there. It's a Stardew Valley pickaxe right there. You could probably set the item type to spawn to null, N-U-L-L, instead. I'm That's what I would imagine the problem is, though. It's probably just a coincidence to spawn rainbow mushrooms. I'm looking for something to blow up. And then I'll look at that mushroom thing, and then I'll get off.
Yeah.
Sooner a bug's added, it's, you know, it's scary because you're like, oh no, where else? What else might be broken? Because all, you know, if I find a bug, you know, I've only found one instance of that bug. You know, who knows how deep it is? Who knows how insidious it is, right? For example, if it's that thing where it spawns the wrong item, if it's such a null, that might affect other things. For example, maybe monsters, maybe, or something like that. You know.
Yeah.
Also, you could set the spawn chance to lower. Instead of having a 40% chance of spawning nothing, you could just reduce the spawn chance to lower, if such a thing is possible in that component. I don't know if it is or not. It might not be possible to do that. So if it's not, it's not. So
You mean the total spawn chance would be less than 100?
No, I don't mean that. I don't know if it's possible with the component, but most components, it has an amount of loot to spawn or a chance to spawn loot, something like that. And you could just reduce the chance to spawn loot instead of giving it a 40% chance to spawn literally an item called nothing. But sometimes you don't have that control. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you don't have that control. So if you don't have that control, you can do it.
No, right there at the bottom it says like chance.
Would you have 100%?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you could just make it like 60% or something if you want to have, or whatever it was, whatever. Just as a way to get around it.
Yeah.
Hey, Abyssal Eyeport. I haven't seen that in a while. Steel Soldier. The Abyss stares back at you. You gotta convert that into a pizza portal, huh? That's my suspicion. That's what that means. So let's find. Alright, come here, zombies. We're gonna do some hot C4 action now. Dude, if you have a remote uplink and the C4, I think you can make an effective suicide bomber.
Does that still work without the core?
I think it's fallbacks to 000.
No.
See? See? It just falls back to 000. And then he no longer has this. His liver was damaged, though. He's alright. He's sort of okay. There's like another zombie here. Can't wait till the floors can get destroyed. See, we can't destroy the floors yet because the colonists would get trapped. If the floors got destroyed, then the things would just get stuck in space and they wouldn't work correctly.
Yeah.
So, for example, if a monster had a lot of health, more than the amount that the C4 kills, like the C4 didn't one-shot it and it destroyed these floors around it, it would just get stuck and then it couldn't move, and that's not great.
What if you could find like some kind of item that creates like some kind of black hole and it just sucks like all the loot into it, but it takes time, and you can like place it inside the dungeon and have to like suck all the loot out?
What do you mean? That it would just so that you wouldn't? What's the use case? So you wouldn't have to get all the loot yourself?
Yeah. Yeah.
It could be interesting. Hello, PC Max _ Jaws. What? I'm gonna eat this cake, dude. See, cake is fun. See, I think that when rooms are boring, you can just find little things that make them less boring. So, for example, cake. That's pretty easy. Sort of. Oh, I got cake. That's kind of fun. Like, this room is boring if the loot doesn't spawn in it. I mean, so it's like, how can you make it more interesting, more consistently? You know, and also okay, this room has basically the same objects as this room. Okay, it's got toilet and the beds. It's not that different. It's just a different sort of thing. Also, what even is this room? Like a patient room or something?
Yeah.
You could make it look more like a patient room, I feel like, and then it would express its intention a little bit better, because then it would look different from this room. But again, I don't know. This is just conjecture. This is just an idea. I could be wrong about that. I'm just saying. Just the thought I have is like, this is the same as this. It's pretty so it's like, okay, this room is identical to this room. It's got the same type of stuff, and typically it's got nothing in it anyway.
Yeah.
Same with these lockers and stuff. A lot of nothing. I haven't gotten the slime room in forever. I like the slime. I wanted to free the slime. That's what I wanted to do, but I didn't get it. You know, that slime. Maybe the slime room spawn chances. See, like, it's cool when something spawns on here, but when it doesn't, it's sort of like, ugh.
Yeah.
Actually, two. Hmm. Hey, cuddlers. Let's get a cuddler venom sac. I don't think I've really interacted with any cuddlers in a while. Is the worm spawning cuddlers or something? Why is there 3 cuddlers here? There it is. I already got it. Yeah, but it's only supposed to spawn when something's in the proximity of it, I think. A colonist, that is. It's for performance.
Oh, you mean that the worm, when it gets close, it spawns colors?
That's just a guess. I don't know if that is true. It's just that there's 3 things here, and there's never been a colonist here, has there?
Unless that's where the colonist spawned. Because you took that colonist from...
Was it this
space,
system?
right?
Yeah, it could have been this system, but I don't know. I'm gonna try to get the worm to just kind of go over there and see if it spawns a cuddler. It's supposed to have the agent key colonist, though, that makes it spawn. It could be a complete coincidence that it spawned. I wish I could just blow it up with C4, you know? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Sprint, sprint, go. Yeah. If you want to play this right now, you can. Just go to Steam and type in this password. Roach EU crowd. Oh, what I do here? I mix. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Roach EU crowd. And you can play the developer branch that way. You can opt into it. And it gets updated all the time. I could even update it right after stream. Oh my god, I'm hungry. Mozzarella sticks were a mistake. I can smell them. They're still next to me, and it's just... It's like white trash. Breakfast, man. It doesn't smell good. It just makes my stomach hurt. Like, it's just gross. Hey, Tyson gloves again. It's interesting that there are 2 Tyson gloves there. I'm pretty sure I fixed that bug, though. I think it's just a weird coincidence. And there's Oxygel there as well. Interesting.
What if we had the tranquilizers?
What would
that
those
just
do?
knocks someone out when you force feed them, like 100% chance.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. That's a fun item.
Makes sense to spawn in the magical dungeon as well.
Right. Yeah, that's fun, I think. It's fun as like a fun item. The use case isn't that frequent, though. In practice, probably.
Yeah.
Because you can just draft your colonists and make them sleep or something. It could be like for maniacs or something. But still fun, I think.
Yeah.
What about like an item that like sets someone's sleep need to 100% or something? You know, like smelling salt or something like that. You know? It might be interesting. Although smelling salts are for waking people up. Like coffee or something might be fun. And you drink it, and it just restores your sleep need, and also does like 5 health or something too.
Yeah.
And all you gotta do is just basically make a coffee sprite, wherever that looks like. Pretty easy to implement though, on the back end. And away we go. Coffee bean, speaking of coffee. So I'm just never gonna get that thing again.
Energy drink.
Oh yeah, it's just the energy drink basically. But I think the energy drink, what it does is it restores it slowly. There's cake. There's cake. I'm never gonna find it again, dude. I'm never gonna be able to rescue those slimes. Alright, well I guess I'm just not gonna rescue the slime. So instead I'm gonna rescue... Let's take a room that I can just go into and just blow up. What's that? The elven bread? Get the heck out of here, elven bread. What would be like the most fun room to blow up? I feel like this kitchen would be pretty fun to blow up, actually. Right? I'm just gonna blow up. I'm gonna blow up this corner right here just for fun. And then, like, try and run away, dude. This is where speed comes in handy.
You should drink the energy drink.
Do I have one?
Speed. No, but there's one next to the fridge.
There's not a chance in hell he makes it there before it blows up. It's 5 seconds. He's going to die. This guy's dead, dude. If you hide in something, it should totally like make you immune to the explosion, like you're Indiana Jones. Hey, he made it. He was just outside the blast radius, I think. Oh my god, that was spooky for that guy.
Just casually.
Yeah, he's like, whatever. He's a cool guy, you know what I mean? He's like, I don't care. No big deal. What if I just undraft him? What's he gonna do with his free time? What's his command? All assigned tasks finished. Borders lockdown. Let's do open borders, see if that helps you move around a little bit, buddy. Now, here's what we'll do. I'm going to try to kill this big slime. And then I want to look at that room right quick. Oh, that happened too fast. Okay, he died. Well, you know, sometimes that happens. So what am I looking for? A room. It was like waste morgue or something? No, it was someone had it. It was like med.
Med.
Yeah. Someone somewhere like guessed it, and they were totally right. Right click, load room. I'm not sure where it's gonna spawn it, and I'm not sure what's gonna happen when I spawn it either. So I don't know. Also, something weird's happening. I think it's despawning the dungeons. Yeah, it is. There's that little buddy. Did it spawn it somewhere? Right here? It's right here. Okay. So I should be able to spawn it a couple times and see what happens.
But if the morgue drawer has the issue, then it should appear in the medical dungeon as well. In the morgues.
Oh, I didn't even know there were more drawers there.
Yeah, or even more.
Well, okay, well, it doesn't matter because I can just spawn it here until it happens. But, okay. It's not like it's like unique to this or something. You know, it's not like it like doesn't. I'm just trying to see if it happens. I'm trying to replicate it, see if it goes on. It should be 10% of the time. So I just like 20 times. It should happen at least once where it spawns an aberrant thing, right? If it never happens, then it's probably because it's something on the dungeon, something else that's going on. Also, there's a chance that it spawns it like a second later, and I haven't been giving it time to do that. I don't think so. Also, it literally has never had nothing, so. Do. Wouldn't it be funny if like it bugs out, but like when it spawns is like the last item it spawned or something, so like you just can't even tell? Wouldn't that be interesting? Because there's treasure again. There's this thing again. Okay, what the heck is happening right now? There's a PDA, but that's treasure. Why is treasure spawning there? Does treasure have a chance to spawn in that thing?
No.
Okay.
But treasure has chance to spawn in the dungeon, right? But if you're just spawning the room, then the dungeon loot shouldn't apply, right?
That is correct. It should not apply. And I'm guessing it's always going to be that PDA. That's my guess. That anytime you get that PDA. So that's probably the bug. It's just that, and you didn't add it. It just was a weird coincidence. Yeah. That you happened to add a rainbow mushroom, and then a rainbow mushroom just happened to spawn like the first one that I found. That's life, baby.
Spawn the PDA and all of a sudden spawn the rainbow mushroom.
Because the list gets shuffled. The list of items gets shuffled, and so whatever's on top, it probably spawns, is my guess. Whatever just happens to be at the top of the list, it spawns, and at the time it happened to be the rainbow mushroom. And see, there's the PDA again, so that's my suspicion. And the, I think it's fixed now, though. And also, I would like to change this in a better way, too. So in the starting item spawner component here, which is here, if item type is empty, then spawn nothing. Change the DLL. Also, integer bug wall lights don't always have the correct rotation. Or something like that. Now, you probably re-exported all of the dungeon rooms, but maybe not. Maybe not. Guys, want to see something fun? I can easily add stuff to this. It's really fun. So this is how we edit the dungeons. It's pretty quick. So let's just click on something. I don't know what. I'm just gonna do walls and doors real quick. I'm not making this permanent, Victor. So don't be too upset here. Don't be like, oh Tyler, oh you can't see what I'm clicking on right now, people. Can you? Okay, well let's just do this light while we're here. I'm just gonna spawn out. You can't see what I'm clicking on it. I'm gonna do a light. Is this a light? What is this even? It looks pretty big. Whatever. I'm just gonna put 3 lights. Okay. And I'm going to save. And I'm gonna load it. And then it'll have 3 lights now. I mean, if I did it correctly, I might not have. I put him in the wrong spot, but see, now there's 3 lights. Whoa, crazy. Okay. How about you discard changes though?
4 lights.
Well, there's 3 lights that I added. There's 4 lights total. You smart ass. There, it's back to. It's back to normal. That's so funny. Well, Mujinzo, there's 3 lights added. You smart ass. I'll talk to. Fucking fuck. I'm getting off. That's it. That's the last straw. We should add something. We should add a rub called like the last straw or something. And the colonist like goes crazy if they pick it up or something. It's so stupid. It's literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
That actually sounds hilarious.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like, what is that? That's the last straw. I don't even care. I'm running it down. I'm running it down. It's happening.
It needs to be an
Last
too, like,
straw relic. Colonist has the maniac perk while this item is in their inventory.
Oh, it should be in the log. Like, what do you call it?
What if it spawns? Wouldn't it be funny, kind of, if like maniacs just spawned the last straw also in their inventory? That could be something interesting. Like if you see a colonist as a maniac, and like, what's in his inventory? The last straw. Oh, but I think if you find it, it's funnier. Like you find it, what is this? The last straw. Okay. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do about the wall lights. On Monday, I'm going to try to fix the bug where they're not positioned correctly. If I can't fix it by end of day Monday, you're going to have to convert, so I was giving you pretty, you're going to have to convert all of the wall lights to be floor lights, which is much uglier, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And also there's a chance that where they're positioned is bad, but I sort of doubt it. Now, there's an issue. Also, there could be multiple types. Maybe only one type of wall light works, but the other one doesn't. There could be that too. Because the only wall light that I tested was the wall light entity.
Yeah.
And I tested it using a tile that you had made.
Yeah.
And I did that by doing like... I think I'll find the exact one. I'll show you exactly how I did it. Is here, light. I typed in light. I went to dungeons. I found wall light 0. So that's just the one that I did. So, and I think that's the one you have as well. So it should be the same one that we both did.
Yeah.
There's a chance also that it was working and then I broke it. But I don't think so. I suspect that the reason it doesn't work is something with how it spawned and not necessarily with the wall light itself, because the wall light works fine.
Yeah.
If I place it, if I move it, that sort of thing. Even the wall lights that are borked, you know. Because you can move the broken. You can move them, bugged. You can move them onto the wall and they get positioned correctly onto the wall. So I suspect that there's probably nothing with the component that's wrong. There's probably nothing with the entity. There's obviously there's something different about the wallet entity compared to like the poster, for example. I don't know what that is, but there's obviously something different there. You know?
Yeah.
But I don't know what that happens to be necessarily. Are there lights anywhere? Wall lights? Wall lights? Wall lights? The thing about the wall light is that it doesn't render from the pack, so it's like you have to like rotate the camera and find it, and it's not in the right spot anyway. Wall lights? Wall lights? Lights for walls? Wait, this is the wrong dungeon.
You should be able to see the light shining into the wall lights.
You should be able to see the light shining.
Unless they're activated by colonists, which actually they might be.
Don't they have like a minor ambient
Mm,
if there's no one
yeah.
in there? I don't know. Honestly. Like it could be a rotation issue still somehow. Like maybe the way it's placed works. I don't know. Come on. I really like how different the Waste Dungeon and the Medilab feel. It's nice.
Yeah.
Because it gives a nice amount of variety. Now with the Medilab, I think that the spawn chance of like the doctor's office, whatever it is too high.
Yeah.
Because the room, and I say that because the room's boring. Like it's not that sexy. It's not that exciting to get that room.
Yeah.
And when you get a bunch of them, it's like, oh, here they are again. You can make it look cooler with like TVs and stuff like that, maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe that would make it more interesting. I'm not sure. All I know is that it feels kind of boring when you get too many of them.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm just guessing as to why. Like, okay, what might it be? Is it because they all look the same? Hey, look, there's a C4 right there. Check this out. It's going to be fun. Okay. Just going to kill this Oh, he's going to run away. Hang on. We really need to add something in world so they can see this. It didn't make it in time. Oh well. These things happen. Coop. Potato. How come Potato has this twice? Does Potato give 2 memories? Item, Potato, raw. Is it edible twice or something? Or does this thing give it twice, perhaps? I doubt it, because nothing else. Like wheat doesn't do it, does it? Item, potato. Potato. Boil a mash 'em, stick 'em in a stew. 8 raw food plus 2. Item, food decay reusable. DK rot, don't care. That sucks when there's like not an obvious reason why it does it. It's the worst. You're like, oh, I don't know. Oh, well, I guess I just gotta write that in the bug log somewhere and then fix it later. Here's one. What was I looking for? I was spawning this dungeon for some purpose, and I can't remember what anymore, to be honest with you.
Lights.
Wall lights. You are correct. Wall lights? Bueller. It's a dead guy. Oh yeah, he blew himself up. A little bit of Allah Akbar, am I right? Dude, playing... I tried to play Onward. I bought it. But the movement is too weird. It makes me nauseous.
Really?
Yeah.
The smooth movement?
I don't like smooth movement. They say you'll get used to it, but...
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I've gotten quite used to it.
Also, brother Ben, my twin brother, if you're listening to this right now, respond to my text message. Because I want to know, mentally, if I got time to play Call of Duty before you come over. Because if I do, I'm going to do that. Otherwise, I'll just shower. But I'm not going to shower before I play Call of Duty because I'll get too sweaty and I'll have to shower again. This isn't a joke. I will get too sweaty, Victor. I'm so sweaty from playing before. It's running down my face. It makes me feel very uncomfortable. What is this?
I mean, if you're not like used to playing VR games, you will feel kind of shitty.
And I'm not. I played, what was that game, man? Super Hot. Super Hot's fun in VR. You know?
Yeah.
It's like a perfect it's like a perfect VR game because if you move your body like at all, like the time starts to advance, you know, and so I think it's really really fun.
Yeah.
How come when I want to find a room it never spawns? Why is that? Why does that happen? Did you decrease the spawn chance of the slime room because you thought it was boring? Because it seems like something you might do that I would do as well. Like it's kind of boring to decrease the spawn chance. I haven't seen one in so long. So I'm like, is it maybe the spawn chance is decreased? I don't know. Also, I feel like maybe some of these rooms should have less sterile floor because they kind of all have like the sterile look to it. And I love the sterile floor, but it doesn't have a lot of character to it.
Yeah.
Like it's just sort of a boring kind of white. It's like it's you know, like perhaps there's other types of floor types that would look good in the doctor's office. You know, like something else. I mean. Dude, I'm never gonna get a wall light again, huh? Never again. Never again. Never again. Victor says one of these things can't get shut down. It's this one probably. So anything that you can move or delete in the dungeon, Victor, that you haven't purchased, it's probably because it doesn't have the object state component on it. Not a big deal. Easy to add it. And it's probably the same reason that this light can't get shut down. Because it doesn't have an object state component on it. You know, if you do this fast enough, you can see shut down on the side. Sort of weird, but that's my guess. Hello, buddy. He's got a slime belly. Slime belly doesn't even matter. Okay, well, I was never get a wall light, so that doesn't matter.
It's the room with the healing booth.
It's the room with the healing booth.
Yeah.
Okay. I know the room you're talking about. I was just saying out loud to remember what room that is. The dungeon looks good, by the way, but the purpose of the playtest is to, you know, provide feedback for the dungeon. And the next week we'll fix it, so that's what I'm doing here. That's all. That's all. So don't, like, take it too harsh or nothing. It's not like that. It looks good. 2 Shamblers. No, wait. A Shambler and Alien Prism. Interesting. I love when Shamblers spawn because they're so fun. They're different. Hey, here it is. Okay. So you look at this thing. For sure it has... Definitely it has the wrong rotation. That's for sure happening here. You know?
Yeah.
Now, is there a chance that maybe it's on a wall side that doesn't exist somehow? Like, for example, this is maybe not what's happening. This is just a guess. Like maybe it gets positioned on like the wall side in the corner or something before it gets repositioned. Perhaps it's something like that. I don't know. But you can see if I move it from here and then back here, it does it correct. So there's some way. There's some way by which it can work. You know.
Yeah.
My guess is that it's lacking some components that like maybe when it gets repositioned it works, but when it gets first place it doesn't work. Also, I'm for sure not doing something with rotation because in the code I copy and pasted something and the original rotation is blueprint object.transformer_rotation at yield angles.y. I'm like, what even is that? I just set it to 0 and poster still works. I was like, well, maybe 0 is fine, you know? So, but maybe it's not, you know? But when I change the rotation, it still doesn't work on them, you know? So that's why I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe it's not that. 90. Oh, remember, this one works just fine. Okay, well, okay. This definitely didn't happen before. Before, when I changed the rotation, it didn't work. This one, the rotation when I set to 90, it works just fine. Okay, but it definitely didn't happen before because I tried it before, right? Did I do it wrong before?
Yeah. Oh, maybe you rotated the wrong way. I don't know. Because you rotated it and you were like,
but there's only one way to rotate it because it doesn't have a back face, you know, right? I don't think I could have messed up the rotation. Could I have?
I don't know. I saw you like rotating in like the scene view.
That'd be funny if I just messed up the like. What if it was just fine the whole time? The whole time it's like it was just the rotation, bro. This happens all the time. You try to fix bugs. I try to fix bugs, you know, and then I'm like, I go down a
Yeah.
rabbit hole, and the whole time that rabbit hole was wrong. And I waste all this energy being like, it's definitely this.
Yeah.
It's definitely the rotation.
That happened to me like earlier.
Yeah.
Something wasn't working. I'm like, what? Why the fuck?
Yeah.
I like re-exported like the Blender file like 10 times. And I was like,
The
why is this
the
still?
important thing with bugs is not to flail around and panic. Almost always it's user error, but sometimes it's not. By user error, I mean like I configured it incorrectly, something like that, you know. But not always. Sometimes it's, is this a wall light right here? Oh, no, it's not. But not always, you know. Sometimes it's just because it's borked. Like, for example, if typically Blender exporting goes fine, there's no issues, it's probably not that. But if sometimes that happens, then maybe it is that too.
Yeah.
But flailing
The
around
recording
would be like trying to
feels
fix it
looking-
in a way that's weird.
It looked correct in Blender,
Mm-hmm.
but it didn't look correct in game. And it turned out I had deleted something in the Photoshop file. But the Blender file was reading from like the local texture and not the one, you know, in
Mhm.
Unity.
Ask for code, and you can play. Ask for code. If you ask for it, it will come. No, that's stupid. We have codes, and you want them. Okay, who knows? I've literally never even saved it. Okay. Okay. Medroom. What's that? Oh, that's just a broken thing. I really love those broken things. They're so fun. I hate that their names are a loot container though. It breaks the immersion. I feel like it should just be called like growth pod broken or something. You know, like smash growth pod or just growth pod. It doesn't even say smash in it at all. So this one I'm confident it'll work. You see here the rotation is, this might be the same global rotation on these lights that I had before, and just the relative rotation is not accounted for at all. That could be it. Okay, do you know if these wall lights spawn in any other room? Off the top of your head. I can see it right here. It's in this room right here. It's in this toilet room. Now you see all these lights have the same rotation. Now it works here because the rotation's good. In this room, it's the same room by the way, just the rotation happens to be good. So it could be the rotation. Now I spawn these rooms a bunch of different times using the typical way to spawn things. Spawning just the dungeon, just the room. And I think that the wall light worked every time, but there's a chance that it didn't. There's a chance that maybe it only worked at the rotation of 0. I just didn't notice that. There's a chance that happened. But I feel like it was working and then I broke it, I bet like I did something that was like, ooh, that's weird. I shouldn't do that, you know. For example, it has this rotatable game object component on it. And it does not have the key default, but I think it's got another one somewhere that has it. Because when I made this default, see, because it's rotating something with the key default, but the object it's creating has the, with the key rather, slot object for some reason. But the key that it's created with is default, and so it wouldn't find it. Be like, I don't know what that is. I don't fucking know what that is. But it still works for everything else. So I'm like, okay, well, let's not change it then. If it's working for everything else. And since I had it working, I was like, okay, let's not break it, you know? Yeah. There's also a chance that something derives from this. And I just didn't even fix the right thing ever. So we'll try this and see what happens. But the thing is I changed one of these and it got all weird. So we'll see how that goes in a second. I just have a suspicion that it'll be fine. But I don't know. We'll put this back up. Okay, I'm getting off. And we'll see if this works. So what I want to do is, this should not have anything here. What the hell is that? Let's close this. We'll do stream annotations. If you want to play the build, Roach EU crowd. You can just play it. It's updated all the time. You can just basically play the update right now, which is fun. And then we get people testing it, playing it, and it's cool. Because our publisher, wants to do like a marketing type of situation with the update, that sort of thing. So there's like planning that has to go. We gotta like take screenshots. We gotta do a lot of boring stuff. Like maybe make a new trailer. So much little stuff. And that takes time. And you don't have to wait for that time because you can just play right now by Roach EU Crowd. We could even just put it like on a passwordless branch at some point, a passwordless, a branch that doesn't have a password.
Oh.
Because to change the branches, it's sort of like an advanced user type situation, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think that the average person is not changing the password on or the branch rather on any game they play ever, unless you somehow knew like, oh, this is what you do, or if you're just curious, like, oh, I wonder if there's a branch. I wonder if there's like a testing branch or something, Oh, there is. What is this? So I don't know. I also like keeping it small though. I like keeping it people that watch the stream. You can, by the way, you can tell your friends or anybody that you can share the password. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. But I like that it's people on the stream because then they give us their feedback. As opposed to just like if just a random person plays it, they'll play it. If they don't like it, they just won't tell us, which is fair. And then we don't get that feedback. So it's sort of like not that useful for us, And also it's a person who, if they played it later when it was good, they would like it. They would have fun with it, So it's tough. Also, I feel like about a month before launch, we should, or prior to that, we should put it on the testing branch. So without a password, for sure, and then kind of stress test it or something.
Yeah.
See what sort of bugs people have, and as the last thing before the official release. But I don't know either, I don't know. I said a burp. It's the mozzarella sticks, man. They're getting me. Stream annotations. I just want to freaking... So next week you have to make 2 enemies, by the way. Or try to. Trying to. And so that is the lab coat. This is a bit of a spoiler. Sorry, people. But the lab coat zombie and the medbot with syringes. And I think that'll make the dungeon a lot more fun to play. And also, you can add, this is the same thing with the waste dungeon, is we can add little things to the rooms to make them more fun. So, for example, the doctor's office is kind of boring. Maybe that's where the medbot spawns. For example, because you can just have it static spawn there, no problem,
Yeah.
Same with lab coat zombie. Maybe lab coat zombie could have 10 health if a normal zombie has 6, maybe it has 10 or 12, so it's a little bit harder, but not so much harder. And it could spawn like, oh, that's the doctor, that's the zombie doctor. Okay, cool. Something like that. And also he could spawn loot. He could drop things that the other dudes don't drop, or drop something at a higher rate where it's like, oh, I'm excited. I'm actually happy I got him because there's an opportunity to get some loot I haven't gotten yet. So that could be fun too. Maybe we could do that and see the type of things he could drop. He just has to have things that are worthwhile to drop. Like a key or something would be fun. If he drops a key that you can use to get loot somewhere else, that'd be really fun. But I don't know. I'm just keeping the Roach EU crowd thing up for anybody who wants it.
Yeah.
Roach EU crowd. Okay. Is this it? If that's it, that's it. Let me make sure I don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. What is it doing? Is it... Oh, I see. It's reloading script assemblies. Busy for blah, blah, blah. See, look. It's time to talk, I guess. So much time for a conversation. Ooh, I gotta pee so bad. Some days I sit staring at the window, watching the world pass me by. That's Eminem, by the way. People make jokes because they don't understand me. I watch her grow up with pride. Sometimes I think I'm crazy. I'm crazy, oh so crazy. Why am I here? Am I just wasting my time? But then I see my baby. Suddenly, I'm not crazy. Dude, it has been reloading for 5 minutes and 50 seconds. It all makes sense when I look into her eyes. Oh no.
Oh yeah, we should play karaoke on VR chat.
That'd be fun. That's a fun VR chat
Yeah.
type of situation. Oh my god. Oh, I gotta pee. It's gonna start coming out of me if I don't do anything. Reloading script assemblies. Busy for 6 minutes and 35 seconds. Also, the developer branch gets updated. I try to update it when the stream starts, and the intention is that you get to play. Is that the players get to play the new test, the new content, at the same time stream starts to encourage them to communicate in stream, as opposed to just playing whenever, like on a Wednesday or like they'll play on a Wednesday and they forget, like they kind of forget about it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Also, Zeta has a couple bugs that he told me about, most of which are known.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just reading them. When you delete a shelf, all the items that are stored are automatically destroyed. They're stored. That probably shouldn't happen. It's just a thing that's like they should get abandoned or something instead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, is it possible to have the possibility to put a pickup priority on the items on the ground? It is actually. That's actually really easy. I don't know why we didn't just do that. That's kind of funny. It's the abandoned item agent. Why didn't we ever do whatever? Probably because we didn't think about it.
What do you mean pickup priority?
There's a restock priority on items. That sort of thing. So, like the priority at which colonists will pick up an abandoned item and transport it. They all have the same priority, though, of like 99 or something like that. It's just a static priority. But we could just we could just expose that priority with the UI. Just give it the thing real fast, and you can do that. When a billboard is broken on one side, the other billboard on the other side plays the broken animation too. Oh, that's weird. Also, they don't restart the animation when fixed. That is a big deal. That's really interesting. When I load a save, the chemistry table says there's no chemist, despite the fact that there is one. That's a known bug as well, which happens. I just kind of forget about it. I've been going through the bug reports, by the way, that you have bugs in dev, Victor. And I've been doing those. That's where I look for the bugs, because that was where you told me that was the sanctioned spot. So if there's a different sanctioned spot, just let me know. It's no problem. I just have a hard time remembering things. I need the list. If I don't have the list, I don't remember. It's like I need the spot. I need the list. But okay, this one. I don't remember. Also, double upgrades just makes me so mad. Ugh, double notifications rather after a load. I'm like, why is that? That used to be a bug forever ago, and it still is a bug. Ugh, kill me. Kill me. Also, just a funny thing. On Zeta's station, what he did for some reason is he was just making a crap ton of like cooked carrots or something like that, or like carrot stew, and just selling it. Like just an insane amount. That's what he was doing. And I don't think that they sell for anything, though. I think that like food dishes don't have a sell price, but you can still sell them. Uh-huh. Okay. That's enough time. Again, if you want to play, you can. You can play right now. Roach EU Crowd. Type that into the Steam thing. You can play The Wilderness right now. It's not done yet, but you can play right now. And it's pretty bug-free. It's less buggy than the retail that you're playing already. So, okay. All right, people.